Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm here with my boy and co-host Johnny K Picks, and we're here to break down UFC Vegas 98. Man, how you feeling today? How you feeling today and about this card, Yanni?
Oh, this card is interesting. Some prospects I would like to see that fight. Obviously, there's some good ones coming up here. It's not the old timer card like last week, but still salty. I thought I'd be over it. Not over at all.
It's
I know
tough,
we were just
man.
kind
It's
of
tough to
talking
get
about
over
it
some
before.
bullshit.
Man,
Yeah.
those judges last week, wild.
Utah, man.
They had the elevation was getting to them or something because it was insane. And it wasn't.
It's getting old, dude. Every card you might have, if you got 12 fights, you're gonna have at least 4 split decisions, which it's just crazy to think that one judge can see that many times. One judge sees this person winning, one judge sees that, because there's close fights, but for most fights, you know kind of who won. And every card they got 4 to 6 splits.
I'm sorry, but obviously I'm not a judge and I just watch the fights. But I would say on average for a card for me personally, and if I see a close fight, I'm like, okay, that should probably be a split because I don't know who won. That happens maybe 1 or 2 times a card, like maybe 1 or 2 times tops. Like I know who won. It's a close fight, but I do know who should win that fight.
Right.
It shouldn't go to split. Like
even Lasman Lucindo, didn't Lucindo's fight go to split?
Yeah, and that
she clearly won. I thought she won. I thought Lucindo
it was close. I ever so slightly. See, I wouldn't have said that was a split. I wouldn't have said the Hernandez fight was a split. I thought Hernandez clearly won 29-28.
Yeah. So 100%. Out of all the splits, which one? I mean, I don't even think. I mean,
let me look back because Pennington fight.
People's going to be mad, but I thought Bautista won that fight. I thought he won the first round with striking.
And that's my split. Aldo won that one. Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. He did because this is what happens.
But like I'm just saying, round by round, Bautista outstruck him and did way more volume and damage in the first round, and then won the third because Aldo couldn't get off the cage. And it sucks. I mean, it's a shitty way to win, but like Merab did that shit for years and nobody cared.
Well, you know? it's getting out of hand now.
And that did suck because he wasn't trying to fight at all. I'm not saying I'm not like
and you can tell.
I'm just saying, but he won with that.
Here's the thing that gets
Aldo did nothing in the third.
He did more than Bautista, though, except cage pushing. That's the thing. And we can go back to the Bulgarian C-Rod round 2. Literally, Bulgarian was doing exactly the same thing, and he did it better, mind you, than Bautista did in the third round.
Was working, though. He kept trying to get the takedown, throwing knees.
No, like Bulgarian was working way more than Bautista.
But you got it wrong because like Aldo was the one doing nothing because he's just getting held against the fence. Like
but so was C-Rod. Like it's the same exact situation.
But he landed a giant knee that kind of seemed like it.
Aldo outstruck Mario 2-1 in round 3 with significant strikes, and he did land the better shots when they were on the feet, especially at the end. Remember we seen William Knight versus what was it, Alonzo Menefield? And like William Knight won the fight because of one freaking shot, because literally Alonzo Menefield did nothing but cage push. And we're like, oh, we won that fight. And no, the judges gave William Knight because he hit one shot at the end.
Right. But I didn't
like you have to be consistent. It's no consistency.
But it's not like freaking Aldo was out here landing bombs.
Then they need they need to switch something up.
The rest of the fights, Pennington and all them shouldn't have went to split. I didn't think so.
And I'm trying to go back and see which one other ones, if there were split ones, but I thought Aldo won that one. It was close. I'm not going to say like Aldo by far.
What else was I thinking? Somebody else. There was somebody. Oh, there was a Pennington. Like Raquel Pennington. Wasn't she like minus 1,000 when that fight?
Yeah, it was insane.
Craziness, dude.
Let's see. Yeah, Pennington. Raquel Pennington split. Obviously, that shouldn't have been a split. I don't think Aldo Bautista shouldn't have been a split, but it could have been. I could see it. I'll give you that one, but I still think Aldo won because Mario's a bitch.
Did you have a bet on Aldo? Did you have a bet on Aldo by chance?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter because
and then on units. Okay. All right.
Yeah. But Lucindo, very close fight. I thought Lucindo ever so slightly won.
Great fucking call on Court McGee. That was a fucking
dude. I didn't think
you bet him.
It was going to happen like that.
Right, I did, but you bet him. So that's where the
started out good and ended like shit.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because that was the first fight. So you hit that right off the bat of
I'm like, oh, it's going to be a good night. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because you had him at like plus 165.
180. Yep.
Plus 180. Nice. That's a good call. Good
But
bet,
I didn't
man.
think it was going to go down like that.
And it's not like you made a ton of bad bets or none. Just judges.
Well, it's funny because my bets weren't even that bad. I mean, I had Aldo, just unfortunate judging again, but it is what it is. You had Pennington, awful judging, and then I had an over 1.5 in the Holland fight, and he got injured and he couldn't go anymore. Damn. So like all my reads that I lost,
I'm like Delete say was gonna and not the injury, but he could have grappled him that whole fight. Be like Holland is a stick at 185 and has the opposite of good grappling, like good takedown.
That's why I didn't bet aside. I just wanted to bet the over 1.5 because I know Holland's durable. He could probably stay safe if he gets taken down. I think he's better on the feet, which he was looking like he was the quicker guy. And then all of a sudden the injury happened. I'm like, well, can't predict that.
Right. Hey man, what is up, everybody in the chat? We hope you guys had a good weekend, man. I know it was a wild card, but Roland Denny is in the house, man. What is up, man? Appreciate you coming out. Aussie fight fan said, let's cash this week, fellas. Yeah, man. I had that one bet last week. I had Buckley and Pereira, 2 KOs, man. But the Buckley fight was close, but I thought it was 1-1 going into the third, and Thompson was kind of slowing down. You know what I mean? Just from all the pressure and just being an old ass man. And then
you can make an argument for 2-0 Wonderboy.
That could have been an argument, but I thought it just seemed like Buckley was starting to take over. It was kind of like last night on that.
It could have been.
It's like last night, Gauchi versus that other dude, because like the other dude won the first round and was landing good shots in the second, but like you could see Gauchi was coming on strong in the last couple of minutes and like really starting to land the bigger shots. And then in the third, he kind of just beat him up a little bit. But
damn, it would have been interesting to see what the judges said, because I think they had Wonderboy up 2-1. I think one judge had 1-1, and I don't know what the other one had. I can't remember if it was 1-1 or 2-0 Buckley, but it was like a close fight going into the third, which it was.
Yeah. It was a good fight. That was a good fight. Shout out Derek Izzy in the house, said bad luck. Chuck says, let's go Taira. Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. That was a tough fight. That was a tough fight to call. It's a tough fight to call. But shout out Derek Izzy. He's gonna be.
I love me some Taira.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the kid's good. I mean, Royval's good. They're both elite.
Oh yeah,
so it's gonna be a great fight. But one person has a grappling advantage a little bit, in my opinion. But yeah, man, Derek's gonna be on the show on Saturday. That's gonna be nice. Real fight picks in the house said is clean the house and save my relationship or watch you guys. Who needs a relationship? Let's fucking go. Let's go, man. Always out hanging out with us. Appreciate it every single week. SK said, what up? Pena Moneyline saved my night. Had her winning round 1, 2, and 3, but it doesn't matter. Judges were bad. Yeah, it was just tough all around. But I mean, first round was close, but I thought Pennington won it. I thought like every single announcer, every single person on Twitter, it seemed like me and my girlfriend, everybody in the world, it seemed like had it 2-2 going in the fifth. Mm-hmm. And that was not the case. Yeah. But UFC wants that. They want Pena over Pennington. Pena can at least sell a fight. She's going to talk her shit. Pennington is tough as shit, but she does not talk.
Everyone's going to root against Pena in her next fight. It's not even going to be funny.
But that you might get
it's going to be Kayla, but
you might get some extra people tuning in just to see her get beat, though. You know what I mean?
True.
So UFC definitely wanted that. Tenacious, he said, we're getting forced to play. Only decision equals no action because decisions are coin flips at this point. They really are. Like you will watch a fight.
Also plus 3.5 spreads too, because those are money lately. I've been playing those like crazy.
Yeah, because you'll watch a fight and be like, that person won. It goes to the judges, and all of a sudden you hear Judge fucking Sal Diamato.
Yep, and that's when you know right away your plus 3.5 spread hit. Yeah, once it goes to split, you're like.
That Pennington cost me thousands because on DraftKings I had a great lineup. It still won $300 on the in $100 one, and if it would have had Pennington, the people that were in front of me, because I took like 50th place, most of the people in front of me had what's her name? Especially they got in front of me after Pena got the win. But if you would have took 30 points from her and added 30 points on for me, I would have won at least 1,500 in that.
Yeah, I would have had a great night if the judges weren't stupid and gave Pennington the win,
especially in a championship fight. But like you got to take the belt from somebody, but It is what it is. Saba in the building. What up, Saba? He said, "What's up, guys? It's me, the new Mr. NHL." Okay, he's a hockey guy now.
Saba is on fire with his picks. He's 1-0 on the year so far. So watch out, boys.
Damn,
girls.
Bookie's going to start.
He picked the Vegas Golden Knights tonight. If anybody wants to throw some money down, Vegas Knights to pick them.
The guru, baby. Shout out Saba though, man. Been hanging out with us for years, dude. He ain't at work. You ain't working tonight, Saba, or you get to watch it at work. He had shrimp pizza last week.
Shrimp? Was it Alfredo base?
I don't know. He said he spent extra, got shrimp, and it was one of the best moves he ever made. Who's your Stan? What is up? He said, "Where's the Miller Lite?" Cheers, Johnny K.
Going with Modelo tonight. My second favorite light or beer, if you want to say normal beer.
Modelo.
Yeah, love it.
Get some good tea.
Sometimes I splurge. And that's
it. Saba got kicked out of the Survival Pro. It's okay, Saba.
Yeah, I did too. I kicked myself out. Another reason why I was mad, although lost.
I should have 3 lives, Saba. Johnny got me in the competition. Didn't tell your boy that if you pick somebody over like 300, they have to get the finish. He was adding these little rules in afterwards.
Up there.
He showed me a piece of paper with some rules, and he had it wrote in crayon at the bottom. I think he just changed. I'm like,
always adapting and overcoming. Well, the next one, I'm going to try to switch it up a little bit, maybe tweak some of the rules, make it a little bit more interesting. But I like it right now. It's good because I don't want to make it to where you can only bet but pick certain fighters in a odds range. Because if you do anything over like 300 in the one that we were in, maybe I don't know if you were in that one. The one I was in before, you couldn't pick a fighter minus 300 or more. You had to pick everybody lower. So like that's like almost half the card now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's boring. Like make it interesting.
Ours, you could do it until the one I'm in with Sean. I believe Sean Bitter on Twitter. I've been in it a couple times. I believe that like on his, you can pick whatever, but once it gets down to a certain amount of people, you can't pick anybody over a certain amount. But on his, I like is that if you pick somebody over plus like 200, you get 2 lives for that. So that's risque. So I mean,
that's very risky. Yeah,
my Moicano pick should have got me 2 lives. That's all I'm saying.
You got 1. Maybe I'll switch it. Maybe I'll switch it up next time. That's a good. I like it.
Okay.
I'm open for suggestions. Okay.
Dirty Reg ain't lying. Jumbo Loco too. He said, "What's up, guys? Killed contenders and now an Apex card." I like these, dude. These next 2 Apex cards are good, and I bet they're gonna make UFC Vegas 100 good too. But next week,
they're being Chicago.
Yeah,
or is it not?
Can't really do an Apex card in Chicago, but
that's true. Well, it could be a. Never mind.
You're tripping right now, Johnny. Modelo, brought to you by Modelo.
Guys, I'm drinking Modelo tonight. Don't worry about it.
Dirty Reg said Auto lost fair and square. I'm with you on that, Reg. I'm with you.
I don't like it dirty.
There will be blood rubbing it in. Says the Pena split got him 2,000. That's a big.
I'm happy for you.
Did you bet it by split or something like that, or you just
Pena by split or just split?
Yeah. Pennington got robbed. Dirty Reg. See now, Reg is right 100%. On the Aldo and Pennington. I'm with you.
100%.
10-1. Okay. No shit. That fight was 10-1 to go to split.
Maybe Julia by split.
That only does split. Betway only does split. Okay.
Yeah, the books.
Well, at least somebody won big,
Yeah. DraftKings used to do splits, but now they don't do that anymore.
DraftKings don't let you do that?
Not split decisions anymore. They used to.
I think Caesars will, but I don't think that they'll let you do
like a fighter by split.
I don't. Well, you can pick like unanimous and fight goes to split. You can do all that stuff.
Can you pick like Pena to win by split decision?
I think specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look. I have Caesars, but I just don't really play.
But then you can't do. They don't do the plus 3.5 or whatever.
Oh yeah, they don't. Really like. Only DraftKings does that.
Delete is a sad. That's why I won on DraftKings. I had Delete in both of my lineups too.
Yeah, that was a good out. What did he get? Like 100 points?
More than that. He had like 107. Because he had to take down all that, and then he got the 90 because it ends in the first.
Court McGee got 100 points. That was great. I put that in mine.
Yeah. And I was thinking about putting Tim Means in a bunch, but I'm like, that's why I only had the 1 bet on the card because, like I said, it was a bunch of old people fighting. You know what I mean? So it's hard to call that. And then the rest of them was close ass fights. So it's like, why bet them? Like Bautista and Aldo. Everybody knew that was going to play out close because like neither one was going to get the finish, and they're both good. even Pennington and them. Like we deep down, everybody knew that was going to play out close. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it wasn't going to be that close. I mean, there's a clear 40. I think even my breakdown, I said it's going to be a clear 48, 47 Pennington. Right. Like, I knew it was going to be close, but there was a clear person that was going to win that fight. Right. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bet it.
Scotty Law in the building said hello, Cody and Johnny the Greek, man. Yep, in the building. Scotty Law always hanging out and supporting us. Our dude, usually cracking jokes on Johnny and me. So we need that. We need
happy birthday, man.
Hey, happy birthday, SK. So time flies. How old are you? Probably young, man. Probably living.
I guess 30, 31.
I'm gonna say with a name like SK, I'm gonna say like 27.
Okay.
But he could be older. He wins a lot of money when he bets sometimes, so he might be a little older. I was on Carla and honestly think she fell short. Yeah, that fight was super close too. I was shocked that didn't go to split of all the fights that went.
No, that was clear. Tisha 29-28, clear.
Yeah, but I mean the way the judges were, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
but
she
could have won that third round with that little bit of damage she did, but she kept taking them leg kicks, man. Like, because she took her down and landed them elbows and shit right at the end, and them could count as like two big haymakers standing. You know what I mean?
Well, it didn't happen.
Yep. Happy birthday, SK. Yeah, Scott said it was 2-0 Wonder Boy.
I thought so, personally.
It could have been.
Round two was close.
What did you say the judges had it? I never seen what
somebody said one judge had 2-0 Buckley, one judge had 1-1, and one judge had 2-0 Wonder Boy. So it was like right down the middle.
Oh my God.
So these judges were just all over the place.
Buckley didn't win the first round. That's for damn sure.
No.
So like, what are they?
I think I was saying like at worst it's 1-1 Wonder Boy going into the third. And I'm like, that's what you want if you had a bet on Wonder Boy because you knew it was going to be a close fight. And I thought he'd be good if this fight got into the third round, but he got knocked out in the third round.
Right. Dirty Red said he was on Marina. I think she won. I'm okay with that decision.
Very close fight.
Scars in the building said one judge had it too. Okay,
there.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
The 2-0 Buckley's crazy. But shout out Scars coming out, hanging out with us tonight. Royval gonna get it done, maybe. Abdul,
wouldn't shock me.
Penn didn't win 3 or 4. She won 1, 2, 5. I thought she won 1, 4, 5.
Right below it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go. That's what she.
That's more like it. Yeah, so I was shocked when I thought it was going to be unanimous, and then when they started going to split, I still was like, they're going to give it to Pennington because she's the champ and she won. So you're like, and then they're like, fucking Pena. You're like, no way.
As soon as they went to split, I'm like, if they freaking rob her, I'm gonna be so mad, and I was so mad. Like I was fuming. I couldn't even like sit still.
Yeah,
it was
that's
terrible.
My girl, dude. I was mad. I was with you. Scar said Harrison or Nunes if she comes out of retirement. Probably Nunes, but shit, man, I don't know because look like Harrison was slowing down, dude. And if you do a 5-round fight,
I think Nunes can trump Harrison, honestly, just because it's going to be Pena Nunes 3. That's the only reason why. And you know what? I'm okay with it because you know who I want to see lose? Pena.
Yeah, Ryan says sub fan shitty picks last week, but I nailed all of my bets up 4.5 units. Nice. See, I won 1.55 with my one bet and then hit on DraftKings. The layer cake parlay hit. If Pennington would have got the win on my layer cake parlay that I put out, like it's like 8 legs, that would have got all the way to the bottom leg. And then the only person that really lost was Tim Means. Otherwise, I would have hit all 8 legs. But that's a good win. Yeah, shrimp pizza was good. Believe me. What sauce was on that, Saba? Yeah, he's at work. Same with Strickland. Yep.
I thought Strickland won that fight too, personally.
Yep.
Very close though.
Sorry, I had a few. It was a rough day at work. Rough B day at work. Your birthday too?
Birthday's too. What? Everyone's birthday today?
There will be blood in SK. Happy birthday, dude. That's awesome. 2 dudes. Same birthday on the show, man. Happy birthday to both of you guys. The worm in the building. He said, Chama. Man, that fight was amazing.
Whew, that was great.
Salve blood. What is up, man? That's appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight, man. That's awesome. Drop the comments.
That was close.
Spend some time. Just entered the dirty 30s. What the fuck? Yeah. Enjoy the first 6 years. Yeah, enjoy the first 6 years because once you get to like 36, man, it kind of goes downhill. That's what Johnny was telling me. That's what Johnny was telling me, anyways.
Look, I look like a young 32-year-old.
Unreal.
Cody's up there in the 40s, chilling.
Yeah. Just the average dude with a big. Corey, who y'all got? Stipe or Jones? I mean, I gotta go with Jones because it's a dude until you see somebody beat him. But
Jones,
which I kind of feel like I have seen people beat him, but yeah, man, Stipe and Wonder Boy.
Stipe hasn't fought in 4 years. Everybody he's beat is out of the UFC.
But he will give Jones a problem though. Like he's gonna give him because like Jones ain't.
He's 45 years old.
It don't matter. Jones ain't gonna come out there and goon him and take him down and goon him. And Stipe hits hard as fuck. Even when he got knocked out by Ngannou in the second fight, bro, he caught Ngannou coming in with the big ass shot that froze him for a second. Like he hits hard and he's a good wrestler. So like he definitely ain't just gonna get taken down and gooned, and they're gonna strike for a little bit. And Stipe, I'm sure he still has power, but gotta go Jones, right?
Got to.
Appreciate the comment though. DG Steele and Dulatov got me something this week already. Did you guys watch their fights? Yeah, man. Them dudes are tough. And they wanted that contract. They both was fighting for that contract.
Love them both. I think all the fights are really good. Even the first fight was good. I was watching it. I'm like, this is a good fight.
Corey Como, would you rather fight one moose-sized goose or one goose-sized moose? One goose. I'm fighting that goose, man, the giant goose, because they're gonna try to bite you and shit, but they ain't got no horns. Moose-sized goose, goose-sized moose.
No, I would.
Oh, a baby moose. It'd just be a little baby moose.
Yeah, I kicked the shit out of that thing.
Maybe. Maybe. Sean Gauchi was gifted that decision yesterday. That was a close fight. It was close, but I thought he won the second,
2 and
third
3
damage, but it was close. It was close. Yeah.
Dude, towards the end of round 2 and 3, like the other guy was just literally just throwing, like doing this, like barely touch, like a little pitter patter, just
that's
to look
what he
like
did,
he's doing stuff.
The one fight that he lost by split decision, you could tell that like he lost a little steam in that second, third round, and that's
because like it wasn't doing anything to Gauchi at all, and Gauchi was clearly landing the bigger shots and actually like making his head go back and landing very good elbows in rounds 2 and 3 too. So.
That little baby moose would be a John eyesight with John.
Oh hell no! I'm taller than you, bro. Bro, we went over this so many times. I'm so much taller.
Got clogs on and shit. He has some bell bottoms and clogs on the one time in one picture from that weird angle in Chicago.
Oh shit! Every time I see you, I like size you up, and I'm like, I'm at least an inch taller than you.
You definitely don't think that because you ain't. You'd be standing right next to me like, damn, I thought I was taller than Cody, but. Artem MMA in the house of the dream team back at it.
Artem?
What up, Artem, man? Everybody check out Artem MMA. He's always putting out excellent content.
Good Dana White Contender Series stuff too.
Everything. He puts out everything, man. Check him out. We'll have to get him on a show hopefully here soon and break down the fight.
Maybe the Oliveira card.
All right, let's get into this. We've been bullshitting a little bit. Corey McKenna versus Julia Polastri. Yannick.
Sorry, I was reading that last
second. Yeah. That's why I'm like, all right, we got to get into this. I almost read that one out loud.
What was it, McKenna? You're switching around. Did they move everything around again?
No, bro. You just know. You know how.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
The first fight I had was Barnett and Taffa, but this should be the first fight.
This is kind of an interesting fight. Polastri is taking this fight on short notice. McKenna was supposed to fight Polyana Viana. But McKenna's a good wrestler, grappler. Her striking is okay. She's got very, 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 very short arms, but questionable fight IQ. She is pretty durable. She does have good cardio. Her last couple losses, like that's when she showed some very bad fight IQ. Like she didn't shoot a takedown until round 3 against Elise Reed. She should have beat her easily, and she fell into the guard of a very, very, very good grappler who armbarred her in the first round in Amorum. So there are some questionable fight IQ moments with her, but we got Polastri, like I said, taking this fight on short notice. She's pretty well rounded. I think she took her last fight on short notice too, right? If I'm not mistaken, against what's her name? Knutson, whatever it is. But she had pretty good striking. I would say she definitely does have the better striking of the two. Her grappling isn't all that bad. Takedown defense though isn't the greatest, so that does worry me a little bit, but she's not like a fish out of water if she gets taken down. But I'm gonna lean Polastri. I just like her striking more. But if McKenna can get those takedowns, she probably could win by decision or maybe submission, but I don't think it'll be a submission. But it's going to be one of those fights where it's striker. I think, striking Polastri's better on the feet. McKenna's going to be better getting the wrestling going and the grappling. So don't blame anybody taking a shot on either side, but Polastri is my pick. I'm going to say by decision. I got no bets on this one, even though it's a very closely lined. It may be if Polastri wasn't on short notice, I would probably lay the minus 130, but not right here. This is a little bit too many red flags.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough girl fight, and it's going to be close anyways. Like, I don't see a finish here, and they're both pretty well rounded. You got McKenna, who's got pretty good boxing, okay boxing coming forward. Like, she'll put pressure on you, but she's got a strong cage clinch. She's got really good cardio. She's got okay wrestling. She's got really good jiu-jitsu. She's heavy on top with pretty good ground and pound. Because it's the only time she's going to hit you with them 53-inch freaking arms.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But she's like I said, decent boxing. Comes forward, and has a strong cage clinch. Because I'm thinking, like, I watched the fight with her. The closest fight that I would think of someone she fought was more like Julian or was more like Cheyenne Velismus, who's a good striker with okay grappling, where I think that Polastri has just as good a striking as Velismus, maybe even a little more. Well, they're both aggressive, but I think she has better grappling. You know what I mean?
For sure.
She was one freaking one reversal. She got reversed with like 1 minute left in that fight with Knudsen, or she was going to win that fight. You know what I mean? So I think that Polastri has better striking. I think she's more aggressive. She's going to be throwing harder. And then she should have the wrestling to keep this standing. I don't even think she's going to want to take down McKenna, but I do think she has the wrestling to keep this standing. And I'm going to take her to win. But yeah, I'm not going to be betting her either. It's like she came out all lackadaisical against Knudsen in that fight. In the first round, was just kind of like letting her hit her and just laughing about it and moving. Like, I don't
like I said, I think she took that fight on short notice, and she just wasn't like nothing was going for her, and she kind of just like checked out, if you want to say. But
yeah, but she showed good cardio though. I mean, she was winning. She was like winning in that third. She won the second and was winning in that third until the reversal. But yeah, man, I'm gonna take Polastri, but I'm just like all these guys, man. Just staying away. Yeah, right here. Polastri is a savage, but she takes winning fights just as serious as Kevin Allen.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm passing, but just saying, yep.
Don't blame me.
Johnny McKenna is actually a lot more well-rounded. Polastri is thin. Okay. She is. I don't like her striking. Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's
not terrible. Good.
But I don't think she don't really kick and stuff. But her boxing and forward pressure is decent, and I think what helps is
she got them beat baby arms.
Bro, listen, she lost to fucking Elise Reed, and I can't back anybody that lost to. That's like taking the L to Jamie Pickett or something, or Polastri by submission maybe could hit something. Wild.
Well, I mean, she did get submitted by Jacqueline, so
Kelleher removed from UFC. What a sad day. Yeah. Shout out Brian Kelleher. I liked him. He's a good fighter. He was opportunistic guillotine, that's for sure. Polastri is tougher than Viana.
Tougher fight than Viana.
Well, Poppins was the favorite over Viana, and then she's the dog against
I would say so. I think Polyana's meh. I think she's done.
Next fight, men's bantamweight, Dan Argueta versus Cody Haddon. This was a tough fight to call for me, to be honest. And like, I didn't even I always have stuff wrote down at the bottom, like the winner, and I didn't even write one down on this because I was going back and forth on it. Dan Argueta's got decent boxing, pretty good boxing. Okay leg kick, but he's a grappler. Pressure grappler. He's going to stick to that game plan. He's going to come out. He's going to smash you against the cage, and he's going to like chain wrestle from double leg to single leg and just get you down, man. He's going to get people down because he goes 100%, for his grappling off the rip, and that's one of his problems is he tends to slow down in fights, because he goes so hard like to get the takedowns and then to get the finish in the first round that he slows down. He did it against Miles Johns. He did it against Matsumoto, but he kind of didn't fully slow down. He definitely was tired, but Matsumoto just hit him with that freaking guillotine with like fucking 8 seconds left. Me and you, I remember
it was 1 second left and he tapped.
Yeah, because Matsumoto's that man. That's why.
Yeah.
I remember me and you went back.
Yeah, that fight made me pick someone coming up here.
Yeah, but Argueta, man, the determined, and that's what he is. He's determined to get your ass to the ground and beat you up. We seen Cody Haddon
to lose.
Right. Well, we seen Cody Haddon. He knocks out Billy Brand on the Contender Series. Looked great doing it. Billy Brand's not all that great. You know what I mean? So that can happen. But like this kid, he's got good boxing. he's got good wrestling and he's got good jiu-jitsu. But like the only thing that made me want to pick Argueta in this fight is like if you go back and watch Cody Haddon fight Steve Urseg, and that was at 135. Like Urseg came up to be the 2 division champ, and I think it's like Eternal, I believe. And like it was a good fight. They were going back and forth, and had some takedowns, reversals. Both of them were doing it. The striking was real even. And then in the 3rd round, he slowed down, and that's when Urseg was able to take over, land some takedowns, and like it was a close fight, but still clearly won the 3rd, in my opinion, and got the win over Haddon. Then if you watch if you watch Steve Urseg, which it was a couple years before the Haddon fight when he fought the dude from last night, Sean Gauchi. Like Gauchi was taking him down, landed some big shots, and then in the 3rd round, like Gauchi had more energy than Urseg. So the thing that gets me is like Cody Haddon could slow down here with Argueta and then just start accepting the takedowns, because he's never fought like anybody with as good a wrestling as Dan Argueta. But Haddon's super well rounded. He's shown like excellent striking. So as long as he can just like keep scrambling, he showed good scrambles against Urseg too. But I don't think Urseg's even as good a wrestler as freaking Argueta is. Argueta's a legit college wrestler with good jiu-jitsu. In the end, I'm taking Haddon just for the fact that I think Argueta is going to come out and not really want to strike with him, and he's just going to keep taking him down and doing all that shit in the 1st round. I think Haddon can scramble good enough to make Argueta work. And then I think in the 2nd round, he'll have more success stopping the takedowns and then being able to land shots and win. But this is a tough fight to call. You might as well take Dan Argueta, I think, plus 3-5. I mean, I guess he could get finished, but like he's going to win that 1st round like 9 times.
Yeah, 1st or 2nd round for sure.
But he could get finished, late. Cody Haddon's a finisher, but I like it. But I'm going to take Haddon just because the whole reasoning I just said. But I don't mind anybody taking Argueta, and especially if the line just like gets out of control.
It's not too crazy, but yeah, I'm the same way here. Like I'm picking Haddon here. I think he's more well-rounded. He's going to be the better striker, but Argueta is going to be the better wrestler. He does have that grinder, style where he chain wrestles you and tries to get you down 24/7. But he's very hittable. He gets hit a ton, and he does slow down after a round and a half. And sometimes he does make some stupid decisions, and it's hard to back fighters like that. So I like the Argueta plus 3.5. I think he does win round 1. Maybe he can win round 2, but you would just be worrying that he does something stupid in round or late in round 2, like his last fight, or round 3, where he does slow down. Maybe he gets knocked out because he can't get a takedown anymore. So I think Haddon's good enough. I know he's making his UFC debut, but I think he's good enough to stay in there for 3 rounds, not get submitted, get back on his feet, because I think Argueta's, his grappling is pretty good, but like he does have sometimes he does problems keeping his opponents down. Not all the time, but sometimes. And maybe Haddon is good enough to where I think he can work himself back up and just just be safe, basically. So picking Haddon to win by decision, but I do think it probably will end up being a very close fight unless Argueta like just gasses out in the 3rd round and Haddon gets a finish of some sort. So that's the only 2 plays I would look at, is the overs here and Argueta plus 3.5, which hasn't come out yet. So I don't even know what that line is. The over 2.5 is minus 175. It's not too bad. Maybe you can even do fight starts round 3 just to be safe. I actually like that. I'm going to look at that later when that comes out. Thank you, John.
Yeah, Tafa Sharif. Yeah, we can. I got Tafa. Sharif's got 1 win over a guy with a winning record.
We can do that fight next, because I'm just going to pick Tafa and go for it.
Yeah, Tafa. The other guy has exactly, like, he's got 2 amateur bouts, both over 0-0 guys. He's got 4 pro fights. First against a 1-4, 2nd versus 0-0, 3rd versus 0-1, and the last guy was 3-1-1. So he don't want to fight nobody tough, and now he's going to come in. And I mean, I'm so mad about Barnett, that fight getting canceled.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention the streak runs again, Cody. Every freaking time, bro.
I Buckley and Pereira last
okay,
week.
But it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens a lot.
Yeah. These bums be
wait until the end of the week.
I was looking
post
at
a parlay. Why do you post them in the
I was looking
right
at
away?
Josh Barnett, or what the fuck's his name? Chris Barnett. He's pulled out of like 8 fights in his career. He's pulled out of like 3 out of the last 4. He canceled 4 fights in a row. Like he was supposed to fight all these people. Then earlier in his career, I was going to look through it, And he's got like a bunch of them where it was like he didn't even show up to the weigh-ins, and then he was a no-show for this other guy, like maybe like 7 years ago. So he's pulled out of fights like 10 times in his career.
Sheesh.
Terrible. Yeah, that's a crazy one. Barnett. Oh, is he? He's out because of the hurricane?
Yeah, he got stuck down there or something happened to his house or something.
That
so
sucks.
yeah, he canceled, I guess.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Johnny does. Johnny's more Miller guy, I think, though, more.
I'll do Modelo. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, Argueta's good, man. He really is. Thomas, shout out Thomas coming out.
I can't do it. Every time I freaking bet him, man, he does something stupid. Like literally does something stupid every time. So I'm just
right.
I can't do it anymore.
I just don't know how great that Haddon dude is, because Argueta's good. He's good. He just like he's tough dudes. Miles Johns is a beast. Matsumoto is a fucking beast.
He's just one-dimensional, though. That's the thing. He's only going to go so far, and he's going to look really good in some fights, and he's going to look like crap in some fights. Like it's never going to be. He's never going to be like projecting and go up.
Yeah. Men's flyweight: CJ Vergara versus Ramazan Bek Temirov. Who you got, Mr. Johnny?
Let me get there. Yeah, CJ Vergara. Where are we at? Yeah, I mean, I would say. Hold up, there he is. Yeah, Vergara's pretty well-rounded guy. He doesn't really, he's not super dangerous, but he is, he's a dog. He always goes in there. He tries to look for a finish, but he's not really a finisher. But decent striking, likes to push forward. He does have okay grappling and wrestling. Like I said, he is pretty durable. We have seen him get rocked a couple times here and there in some fights, but he always comes back. He's got pretty good recoverability, pretty good cardio as well. But Temirov, he's making his UFC debut. He's from I forgot what promotion was he from? Temirov? Do you remember where he's coming from?
Kazakhstan. I think he fights like no, he's fighting on like Muradov's fight.
Oh, okay. I thought he was from Rizin.
Makbul Muradov's fight stuff.
Anyways, but he's a very good striker.
Right?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Uzbekistan.
Perfect. But yeah, very, very dangerous striker. He's got very good hands, good power in his hands, always looking for the finish as well. He pushes forward. He doesn't really have much of a ground game. He likes to keep it on the feet. His takedown defense is okay. Yeah. I do think Vergara should shoot some takedowns early, but yeah, I'm going Temirov here. I think he's just the better striker, more dangerous guy. Not to say that Vergara has, he's going to be a fish out of water and get lit up right away, but I mean, there is a chance. We've seen him get lit up right away against Lacerda, and he was able to survive, but I don't think it's going to go down like that. If he does get cracked by Temirov, he's probably going to get finished, but I like Temirov. I like what I saw from a couple of his fights, what I watched, and he's just a dangerous dude. So going with him to win, I'm going to say by knockout, either first or second round.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
I'm going with it.
Like he's from like the same place, basically around the same right areas. Like because he fights out of Muradov's team, so he has fought under Muradov's promotion a bunch and risen.
Okay,
but like I don't think that he's the same as like Maxim or like Azu, dudes like them. Yeah, them guys got way better wrestling and control. Now this dude has good wrestling, but he doesn't have no control. So anytime I seen it, like it blows my mind when you got these wrestlers that do not know how to use their lower fucking body. Even Murad, like that motherfucker don't never just sink the hooks in. Like, but that's what I'm saying. There's difference in wrestlers. I say this all the time, but there's like I wrestled my whole life. There's some wrestlers that just want to take you down, roll around a little bit, let you up, and then take you down again. They're real fast. They got good shots. And then there's some wrestlers like how I was, where I want to take you down, hold you down, and pin you. Like, and the dudes that are just hitting you with a bunch of takedowns, they're not going to be as good at MMA wrestling because they're not going to be able to just hold you down, pin you down, hurt you, do all that. And this dude doesn't have much control, but he does have good wrestling. He's going to have better wrestling than CJ Vergara. Like, I don't think he's going to take CJ down because CJ, he'll try, but CJ has good scrambles and a get up. But CJ is definitely not taking him down. But this dude, like you said, he throws heat, dude. That's what he does. But the thing is, like, I've seen him hurt people, get a lot of people out of there. But when he doesn't, he slows down a little bit. Like, and he doesn't really have like a backup plan. In a couple of the fights that I've seen, like in the second round, then he's just still just throwing big punches. He doesn't start working behind a jab, doing nothing. He's still just throwing them big punches. And when you don't get a guy out of there, he tends to slow down a little bit. But He's good. I was trying to look for reasons to pick Vergara, you know what I mean? But I just think that Vergara, for as much movement as he does and all this stuff, he's actually kind of freaking low output. Like on the feet, like anytime that he was with Azu and all them, and he would have it on the feet and try to do shit, he was just fainting and doing stuff. He even did that against Salvador and a couple other people. So I can't trust Vergara for nothing. So I'm taking Temirov. But I didn't put him in nothing. I want to see how he fights first because Vergara is a little dangerous. You know what I mean? He's got decent knees in the clinch and stuff like that. But
I mean, he's durable. I think that's his best attribute, if you want to say durability and good cardio. Like he can outlast you maybe, but I don't think he's going to be finishing anybody anytime soon.
Yeah, he agrees. Vergara, yeah, he's missed weight in 3 of his 6 UFC fights too. I don't even know why he's still at 125, but he'd be too little and probably not good. Or he's not really good. They're using him as like a feeder. He's a gatekeeper of these other dudes. Like last fight was Azu. He's fought Taira. Like they went to prospects to beat this dude up. Yeah, when he got spin kicked. Yeah. Yep. I had the under 1.5 in that in CJ Vergara, and then he ends up winning, but like it was like 30 seconds or a minute or something over the thing. Next fight is in the men's flyweight division. We got Clayton Carpenter versus Luis Rocha. It'd be Rocha here. I went to school with a kid named Joey Rocha, but in Brazil.
Rocha.
In Brazil.
Zach De La Roca?
Huh?
You know who that is? Zach De La Roca?
De La Hoya?
No, De La Roca. Okay.
Yeah, but this would be
see if anybody in chat knows.
Because in Brazil, they pronounce the R's as H, like Hickson and Hoyce and that. So, but Clayton Carpenter, he's a good, well-rounded fighter, young kid. I mean, he's getting older. I think he's like 26 or 28 now, actually. So he's not. He just looks like a really young
28.
Kid.
He hasn't fought in a little bit.
He hasn't fought in almost 20 months. But last time he fought Ronderos, he took him down, and his jiu-jitsu is good. He's got good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu. On the contender series against Charez, which was, his most experienced fight, because he's got a pretty good amateur career too, but his most experienced fight was against Charez. And that was a very close fight, dude, because he got beat up a little bit in the first round, and the second round was super close too. And then he finally was able to get his grappling going when Charez slowed down a little bit. But he's got pretty good striking himself. He's got good kickboxing, good leg kicks, good boxing. Lucas Rocha, man, Hoka, whatever. But he's good too. He's well-rounded, and he's weird. He's built weird. He looks like he's built like a midget, but then he's not. And it says he's only 5'3", but I don't think he's only 5'3". I think that dude's like 5'5". He's going to be like almost as tall as Carpenter, because I was watching him fight other people and looking up their stuff, and it said they were like 5'7", and he was as big as them. But this dude, like I said, he's built weird, which I think helps him like throw the punches and shit. He's built like John McDessie or something, where they're like he throws punches from either stance smoothly, and he's throwing with both arms, both legs. Like he just real fluent in his striking, and he's constantly throwing something. You've seen his last win on the contender series, which he hasn't fought for a little bit either. But his win on the contender series over Betancourt, that was a good win, because that dude came out and tried to just grapple him, and that dude's good as hell too. He's like 16-4 or something like that right now. He's won 2 fight sets, but he came out, tried to grapple him, was able to land like a takedown, but for the most part couldn't really get the takedowns. And then in the second round got hit with that knee. I watched Hoka fight another guy, Souza, I believe, Mateus Souza or something like that. And that dude was good, man. He's still good. That dude's like 13-4, something like that. Mateus da Silva, yeah. And that dude was really good grappling, and he was able to take Rocha down in the first round and actually control him. He's one of the first ones I was able to see control him, but that dude's got really good jiu-jitsu. And then in the second round, he came out, man, and was tired, couldn't land more takedowns. And Rocha he doesn't get tired, and he just keeps working and working. This is going to be a good fight, and he's dangerous too, and just crazy forward pressure, always coming forward. Like I said, can switch stance to cut you off, uses good movement in the cage, and it's kind of awkward. I'm taking Rocha here. I was actually pretty excited about this kid coming into the UFC. And then Carpenter I'm excited about too, but I don't know why he's that big of a favorite, to be honest. So I'm going to take Rocha. I'm going to say that because it's not, Clayton Carpenter's got good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, and good kickboxing, but it's not like he's some D1 college wrestler. His wrestling is just decent. He was having trouble getting Charez down. And I just think Rocha's good. I think this is going to be a good back and forth fight. So give me Rocha, maybe even by split decision or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on Carpenter here. I think the difference here is gonna be the grappling. I think Carpenter can get that going. He's gonna be the bigger fighter, whether Rocha's 5'3" or 5'5", whatever it is. But on the feet, I do think it's gonna be competitive, honestly. But I just think where the difference is gonna be Carpenter's grappling. I don't think Rocha's gonna be going for any takedowns or grappling. I'd say he has bad grappling, but I think there just is a clear edge, and it's going to be on the Carpenter side. So I get why Carpenter's a little bit of a favorite. It's nothing crazy, but I do think it could play out close. But especially if Carpenter can't get this fight to the mat, it'll be very close. But if he does, he gets those takedowns, he gets some control time, takes the back even. I think, that's going to be a easy round there. So give me Carpenter win. I'm going to say by decision. Wouldn't be shocked, though, if he gets maybe like a late submission, but I'm just going to go with decision. I think it goes there.
Yeah. I like that. I think, Hoka's got good jiu-jitsu, too.
Yeah, I just think there's a clear difference.
Right. Saba said next week, 2 friends of the show fighting with Elise Reed and Jose Lynn Edwards for sure.
Are they fighting each other?
No, that'd be great. No, Jose Lynn's
Joe. I know who I'm picking. Jose Lynn. Spoiler alert.
Fuck yeah, she's fighting terrible.
Trash.
I saw a pic of Rocha, Hoka, and Cody. Hoka's 3 inches taller at least. This guy. Oh, there will be blood. So I like the dog pick blood. Thanks, man. It's hard to pick dogs. There hasn't been that many good dogs lately. I tried to pick one last night on the Contender.
It's hard series. It's hard to pick dogs that clearly win. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, unless you get Court McGee.
Well, there you go. That's a dog that clearly won. You can't say nothing about that. You can say something about Juliana Pena dog winning, but
Antonio Ciccoli beat up the Mackenzie Dern's
supposedly
surfer ex-husband.
Surfer dude, yep.
Oh crap. That's crazy. But that's going to be a good fight though. Carpenter, that's 2 good prospects, and I don't like that Carpenter been off for 20 months.
I don't mind it too much because he's still young. He's not like 34 or 35 taking a 2-year break. So maybe he is improving, like he's working on his game. So we just don't know yet.
Right.
Just assuming. I don't know.
So yeah, and in that, it's weird because in that 2 years, he only had one bout scheduled, and it was against Steve Urseg in May of 2023. So he hasn't even had a bout scheduled. Yeah, and for a while. So that would have been a good
Carpenter
fight.
Pulled out of that fight, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't think Urseg's pulled out of any.
Next
fight. Men's welterweight division, Chidi and Jokhuani versus Jared Gooden. I think I started the last one, so you can start this.
I think so. Yep. Chidi fights always make me second guess anything that I want to pick or bet. So you take that with a grain of salt. But Chidi's a very good striker, good kickboxer. He does have good elbows and knees. Stays at range very well. He does slow down as the fight goes on, but you know what? This whole 170 welterweight thing looks great on him. Like 185, he used to gas out so bad after like a round and a half. But welterweight, he looks a little bit better. But Jared Gooden, he's been in the UFC a couple times here. Powerful striker. He's hittable, but he's durable. He can use some wrestling and mix it in, but he does have power in his hands, though. That's the big thing here. But Chidi, he has been a little bit chinny at times, let's put it that way. But he's the more dynamic striker. So, I don't want to say it's a 50-50 fight, but it is a very close fight. I'm going to go with Chidi, but like I said, I can't pick a Chidi fight to save my life, right? I think he is the more dynamic striker, like I said, but it wouldn't shock me if Gooden lands like an overhand right and knocks out Chidi like in the second round or something crazy like that. So I'm going to stay away from this fight. I am leaning, and I kind of want to bet the over 1.5 in this one. I can see a sneak over, but probably just going to stay away. There are better options, but if you're looking for something, it's like minus 160. It's not too bad, but
yeah, I think this fight's going way over.
You think so? I'm just scared. I'm just scared that
Jerry,
Gooden will land like a crazy overhand right and just knock out Cheaty.
I mean, he has finished 9 of his last 10 wins, but it's all over low level guys.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You know what I mean? Nicholas Stoltze and fucking Wellington Turman, which that was a decent one, but he just like got overzealous because he had Gooden hurt. But really, like, you know, he's probably lost like 6 times in the UFC and didn't really hurt guys. But he
got knocked out twice in the regionals though.
Yeah, no, but he's tough as they come. He's as durable as they come.
Durable shit in the UFC.
Bro, he's so fun. Here's the thing, dude. He's so durable. And the one time he got knocked out on the regional scene, he was like up a weight class on super short notice against that Bruno Oliveira dude. But and then I think Impa Kasagane knocked him out, which
he's UFC level, I guess. But
Impa for sure.
Oh yeah, but it was in the regionals.
yeah, it was when they both went out of the UFC, they fought on the regional
at the same time. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah. I mean, in Jokhuani, like powerful Muay Thai, and the reason he hasn't been gassing out the last couple fights, he don't fucking fight. He's not doing what he used to do. Like even with Duriev, you know, he barely even threw anything. Then he dropped down and to 170, fought Reese McKee. And like I said, he has powerful Muay Thai. He's usually throwing powerful Muay Thai knees, elbows, all that. He kind of fought a real smart fight against Reese McKee. Used a lot of like cage control. Used like McKee was trying to take him down, couldn't do it. He clearly won that fight, and that went to split somehow.
Yeah, that clear. Yeah, for sure.
But I do like him down at 170. I got Cheaty winning this fight, but I don't trust either one of these guys. Cheaty, he's quit before, but that's usually against like bigger grapplers who just take his ass down and wear him out on the ground. And I don't see Gooden, I don't see this fight going to the ground at all. Gooden's got he's got world-class durability and world-class takedown defense, dude. And so I see this stand, I see it being a lower output. Gooden doesn't throw a ton of volume, so I see these guys going like tit for tat, and I think it goes to decision again. Unless like the only one getting a finish, I would say is Cheaty. But like I said, Gooden, because Cheaty usually don't just get knocked out standing up. It's like Rodriguez taking him to the ground, beating him up. Most people are taking him down and beating him up, but the Gooden could land a shot. These dudes are both untrustworthy. Give me Cheaty by decision, but I'm not betting this at all.
Yeah, the only thing I would bet on this would be that over 1.5.
Maybe he could get him by sub. If he hurts him, he could get a club and sub. I think you have to pick Cheaty for the harder schedule. Yeah. And and as long as he ain't grappling a bunch, he ain't going to gas out as much as like he usually does. Yeah, Cheaty's going to have a speed advantage for sure. Baby Sharp, what is up? He's in the building and said, "What's up, dudes? What is up, Baby Sharp?" Everybody check out Baby Sharp too on Twitter and YouTube, man. Putting out great information all the time. Get him on a show coming up here soon. This is a good fight right here. Men's featherweight, Jonathan Pierce versus Patrick Sabatini. Who started the last one?
I did.
Okay, I'll start this one. Like I said, this is going to be a good fight. You got Pat Sabatini, who's actually got like a good karate style, like movement of striking. Like it's actually not bad. Good kicks. He'll throw like spinning stuff and stuff like that. It's just that he can't strike because he can't get beat at all. He can't get touched. Like he's got like a worse chin than Cody Garbrandt. Like, I mean, it's like when he gets hit, dude. And then sometimes too, like his recoverability is like really weird. Like against Damon Jackson, like he gets hit and hurt and then he just goes down. He's like not really defending himself. Then Diego Lopez, which we can forgive, but I mean, he didn't get hit with the biggest shot there. He just got hit with like they were coming up from a scramble and he just got punched in the side of the head and just he goes out. But he's got good wrestling and he's got excellent jiu-jitsu, you know, some of the best jiu-jitsu, and he's got good cardio, but in good ground and pound, good control. But he's been fighting a lot of people that aren't really like great grapplers. And when he did fight other good grapplers, like he kind of had a hard time. If you go watch him fight TJ Laramie, who's actually good. TJ Laramie's good. He'll probably be back in the UFC at some point. But TJ was able to land his own takedowns on him. They couple reversals and stuff like that. But TJ kind of slowed down and Pat was able to take over. But he had a tough fight, a good fight with Tristan Conley early in his career where he kind of gassed out. Tucker Lutz, he was able to just grapple, but we've seen a lot of people do that. Even like Daniel Pineda was able to do that. But Jonathan Pierce, man, he's a good wrestler too. He's got good wrestling background. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's freaking huge for featherweight, like 6 foot. He's going to be 4 inches taller, have an inch of reach, but he's got good cardio, good toughness, good jiu-jitsu. It's not going to be as good as Pat Sabatini's, but like they're both black belts, I'm sure. I know Pat is. I'm sure Jonathan is. And then like Pat's just like a little better, but it's not like if they go to the ground, Pat's just going to hold him down and dominate him. When you got two guys that are really good wrestlers and really good with jiu-jitsu, there's going to be a lot of scrambles and a lot of stand-ups. It's just like in wrestling. If you got two good wrestlers, the odds of one of them wrestlers is going out, grabbing the other good wrestler, holding them down and pinning them, it's fucking very rare. Like, it's hard for them dudes to even get takedowns on each other. A lot of times in fights like this, when you see two good wrestlers and grapplers, it turns into a striking match. You know what I mean? Because the wrestling and grappling kind of cancels out. And I think Jonathan Pierce being a lot bigger, I think that'll help. Like, it's definitely going to go to the ground. Like, Sabatini will land a takedown or two in the first round. They'll grapple a little bit. But Pierce has good cardio. You've seen the dog in him in the last fight with David Onama in the third round. He's pointing to the bottom, to center of the ring, and they're throwing down. And he landed some good shots on Onama. And Onama came in 5 pounds heavy on that fight. But yeah, man, I like Jonathan Pierce here. I think I like him. He's bigger. He's got 9 TKOs, 9 knockouts, and only like 2 subs. So he's more dangerous with the knockout. Has good front kicks up the middle. I think he uses wrestling to keep this standing where he can land a big shot at some point on Sabatini. So give me Jonathan Pierce.
Yep. I'm on the Pierce side as well. He's going to be bigger. They're both very good wrestlers, very good grapplers. Striking, Pierce might have, I don't know, like, striking is weird to me for both these guys because they're more so wrestler grapplers, but the Pierce's size is going to play a big part, like you said, Cody, in this fight, I think. So that's why I'm leaning Pierce. But man, we've seen Pierce make some stupid decisions. We've also seen Sabatini get knocked out by barely any punch or kick or whatever you want to say. So that does worry me for him. Pierce's questionable decisions always worry me too. So probably goes to decision unless there's some kind, Pierce lands a good shot and knocks out Sabatini. But or maybe Sabatini, gets that neck because Pierce does have a pretty long neck. Let's be honest. So that does worry me. Like, so I'm going Pierce by decision. I know it's probably not the greatest pick or prediction, but this is a close fight, I think, and especially if it gets down on the mat. Both these guys are very good. They both have good scrambles, good jiu-jitsu. They both have good top control. Like, they're world class on the mat. Now on the feet, this is where it gets a little dicey because I don't think both of these are the greatest guys on the feet. But maybe we see that. Maybe because they don't want to get on the ground because they don't want to test, and then it's going to be a striking fight.
It's so hard though to pick Sabatini and bet him because he could be winning the whole fight, and at any point the littlest shot lands and he's like,
but Pierce can be winning the fight too, and then he gets his neck caught.
True.
So
true, but like, I think that Sabatini's chin is way more of a risk than
I think so too.
It's going to be a good fight. It's definitely going to be a good fight. If Sabatini had a really fucking good chin, I was so high on him before he started. Like Emmers rocked him, should have finished him. You know what I mean? If you'd have made him stand up, you got Damon Jackson front kicking you to the face. Diego Lopez, I mean, he took like a year off from that because he took a damage. Lopez like rocked him, and then he ran and like bounced off the cage and like got knocked out from bouncing off the cage as Lopez came in to hit him with a shot. Then he trapped him there, dude, and just started bouncing his head. And Sabatini's just like out. Like, he goes out quick. His brain's like not wanting to do all that. FE from Any Action Sportscast in the house said, "Let's go, boys. Hope we can all make piles this week. Let's go. Sir. We are." FE was at the fights, right? That'd be amazing to see Alex Pereira fucking. That fight would have been amazing.
Yeah, that's wild.
Shout out FE. Everybody check him out on YouTube and Twitter. Any Action Sportscast, the former Mr. NHL. Small cage. Yep. Yeah. That would probably help the grappler, but I mean, helps you get to his chin quicker too. Thomas said, my grandmother has a better chin than Sabatini. Yep. Saba said, I'm on Sabatini. Okay. Is it just because you guys both, he has your name in his name? Is that the only reason?
That's what it is.
Knew it. Sabatini.
I see it.
Sabatini.
I see it.
Unreal, Saba. Dirty Red said, I have a good success picking both Sabatini and Pierce. No way I should bet this. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It is. 1-0, soon to be 2-0, Saba says already. What if JSP on the decline? I mean, he's younger than Sabatini. Sabatini's chin is on the decline, but I mean, he's only 32.
Year difference,
he fought Brito and was whooping Brito until the choke, and then he fought David Onama. Them's two dudes that are putting Pat Sabatini to sleep in the first round.
Probably, yes.
100%, dude. Fucking Onama hits him, or Brito. You see Brito hit Chepe Mariscal. Dude, Brito, if he would just freaking strike, dude, instead of just always trying to just spaz grapple. Like, he would be better if he just struck like he did against Jack Shore. We'll see. He might be after Saturday, man. If he gets beat here, he definitely. Yeah. The fights were thick. No shit. Effie posted a picture there when they were there. They had the fucking college football on TV. Here's a weird one. Men's welterweight. Nico Price versus Themba Gorimbo. How you see this one going down, Johnny?
I'm picking Themba here, or Themba, whatever you want to say. Yeah, I mean, he's not great, but he's well-rounded, decent striking, stays there at range. He doesn't really have that power except if he's fighting Pete Rodriguez. Mainly a wrestler, grappler guy is going to try to take you down, but he's made some bad decisions sometimes and gets caught when he does try to wrestle. But Nico Price, I mean, he's getting up there. Like he's what is he, like 35? But I swear he's like almost 40 years old.
These dudes are like the same age.
I know, and he like Nico Price looks like 34. He's 40 years old.
Yeah, he does.
He looks older than me. It's insane.
He got some miles on him. He ain't got no knees either.
That is true. But he looked decent. Looked decent against Morono. Looked terrible against Robbie Lawler. This guy is like untrustworthy. So I'm going with the guy that I do trust a little bit more here, and that's Gorimbo. This probably will play out as a boring fight, honestly. Nico's probably going to try to make it interesting, but I just think Themba should be able to get the takedowns and make it boring. So I don't see a finish in this fight, so probably Themba by decision. Yeah, I just don't think Nico's going to win this one, personally. It's more like a little fade, but I'm not saying Gorimbo is bad, but he's not that great.
Yeah, dude, this is a tough one. Like, you got to if Nico's actually washed, which he didn't look too washed against Morono last fight.
He looked washed against Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Stupid.
The thing is, dude, the thing, so I'm actually changing the DraftKings lineup up. So I posted a DraftKings lineup to my Patreon, and I'm going to tell them not to use that. And it had Themba Gorimbo in it because I watched a bunch of tape. But then last night I was doing tape for next week for Michel Pereira, and so I wanted to go back and just look at all the grapplers he fought. So I went back a little bit. They fought like 3 years ago, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude, like, Nico is tough as shit, and he's got good grappling, and he's got crazy power on the feet. So, like, if he ain't washed, like, I don't know if Themba Gorimbo, he just goes out and wrestles Nico Price down, because for the first time, Themba Gorimbo's actually fighting somebody that's going to be as big as him. You know what I mean? Themba's been going out there against like Sato, who has no wrestling, no nothing. Brahimaj, who didn't fight for like 2.5 years and is a lot smaller, because Themba's a big dude, but like Nico Price is 1 inch shorter, and he actually has 1 inch of reach difference. And like that's the thing, like Nico has good wrestling. You know what I mean? Like most of the time, he's not the one getting taken down. Like he's the one implementing wrestling in this fight. And when you got two good, like he's got good jiu-jitsu, he's powerful. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to knock out Themba, but like on the ground, like he's got power. You've seen him knock out Randy Brown with hammer fist, up kick James Vick in the face. Like he's got weird power, and he's got some losses, but he's fought very tough people. And then you got Themba Gorimbo, who's shown some power. Like you said, he knocked out Pete Rodriguez. He almost knocked out Takashi Soto. Sato, whatever, hit him with that big straight right. But he really just wants to wrestle you, grab you, wrestle you, overpower you. Like, and his takedowns aren't super clean. Like he's just getting you up against the cage, basically body locking you and being stronger, taking you down. And he's definitely been looking better. His cardio has been looking better. You know what I mean? Even against Sato, he almost got finished in that last like minute and a half, right? Sato reversed him, got on top, was throwing elbows. So I don't know, man. Like, it's a tough fight. Like, I'm picking Gorimbo because it's hard to trust fucking Nico Price. But I'm telling you, if you go watch Nico Price against Michel Pereira and think that if that Nico Price, which was only 3 years ago, shows up, that he don't have a shot against Themba Gorimbo, who's, like you said, he's Dan Argueta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got a little bit of power, doesn't trust his hands, but Nico's going to have better striking, in my opinion. But maybe, you know, like with the Lawler fight, because usually Nico's durable as they come. Like, we've seen him get beat later in fights against like Vicente Luque, back when Vicente Luque was still Vicente Luque. But he was like winning the fight, the second one. And he always puts up a good fight with everybody other than Robbie Lawler, which Robbie Lawler got to go out with his retirement like that. But like, Nico's tough, dude. And I'm just still not sold on Gorimbo. But like I said, I'm taking Gorimbo just because, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Because it's kind of weird because like Nico Price didn't look bad against Alex Morono. You know what I mean? And Alex Morono's like, what would Alex Morono Themba be? Would Themba?
I would pick Morono
over Themba.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he hadn't been a gas bag like Morono of 2 years ago, because I mean, we've seen Fletcher tap out Garimbo. You know what I mean? So and
yeah.
But it's just tough. It's tough. I'm picking these old dudes, so I'm just going to go with Themba. But I don't feel comfortable. I don't even want him in DraftKings because Nico's dangerous. And like I said, the fact that he's as big as Garimbo, they're both 6 foot, 6'1". Like I find it hard to believe that Garimbo just goes out, grabs Nico Price in a body lock, and just throws him on the ground and holds him down for 3 rounds. Because Nico, that's another thing too. Go watch the Pereira fight. Nico's got crazy ass cardio too. Like he turns that shit up in the 3rd round. So it's tough.
It's interesting to me. So Themba right now, money line is minus 375, but the over 2.5 is plus 110. So how is Themba winning? Like, are they saying that he's going to get a finish basically?
He ain't finishing him on the ground. He's not subbing Nico Price. Like even Michelle Pereira.
But I don't think he's going to be able to knock out Nico Price either, unless he lands like a straight right down the middle, like he did against Pete Rodriguez. But
yeah,
like that's asking a lot,
bro.
But that's interesting to me though. Like I said, it's crazy because I think Garimbo's going to win by decision. But if you're going to give me that over 2.5 at plus 110.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, Nico's dangerous too, though. He usually finishes his wins.
Yeah, but that was pretty durable, though, too.
I seen him get.
He's super safe, though. He's super safe. Like he doesn't put himself in terrible positions, even though he did get subbed a couple times when he was on top. But
yep, I mean, Nico's definitely, like I said, though, the big thing for me is the size. Nico being as big as him, and Nico's a strong dude. You see how he's built all fucking weird, like.
He's got a weird.
I don't think Themba just goes out, dude, and fucking just body locks him, takes him down, and holds him down for 3 rounds. And then when Nico gets on top, that motherfucker does damage. You know what I mean? He's trying to finish you. He almost finished Pereira. Themba's iffy, sad to say, but Nico is probably, SK, I know what you mean. Yeah. Nico is washed. Morono is just awful. Yeah, Morono fell off a cliff, dude. Like he looked decent even in his losses, like against Ponzinibbio and that, and now against like
Morono's problem is I just think he takes a lot of fights on short notice.
Right. Yeah.
He's one of those guys. He just kind of doesn't care about winning. Well,
he probably could be a 155er too if he really wanted to. He could be.
He probably could. And then he's one of those guys too, where he knows he's not making a title run. He's fighting to fight. He's not like Kevin Holland prize fighter, but he's literally fighting to just fight.
Yeah,
because he likes fighting.
He's a journeyman.
Yeah.
Saba says Michelle Pereira hype train will end against Fluffy. It's a good fight, dude. I still need to finish tape on that. Most of the fights next week, you can do 1-2 good fights, but man, that one I got to see some shit. You can watch fucking.
You got to ride the train with biscuit wheels, baby.
34 seconds. That's a fucking hell of a fight. These next 2 main events,
Michelle Pereira,
Apex cards are
go
sick.
Watch the Ola Zaychuk fight and come back and tell me he's going to beat Fluffy.
Bro,
exactly the same way.
You think he's going to do that to Fluffy?
He can.
That
body
Fluffy
kick
gets hurt to the body. Fluffy's got hurt by Marcus Perez to the body, and that's how he got finished. But dude, the thing is, though, is he even said in his last fight, bro, Kopylov kicked that motherfucker in the body hard as fuck, like 3, 4, 5 times. He's like, my body's tough now. That's what he said. So it's tough. But dude, like
different world.
Like Pereira and Kopylov are so different because Kopylov beats your ass down over like 3 rounds and will land a big shot after he's fucked you up. Pereira can just fuck you up, especially at middleweight. Like, and he's like Kopylov has no threat on the ground. Pereira actually might grab your nuts, so it's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait. Jay, is that you that had that came on had 2,000 on Camacho? That was so bummy. He got hit with that left hook. I had the over 1.5 in that fight too, dude. Like I went for the bets that I posted on my Patreon. I went 2-2. I only bet like $30 like parlays because they're so big of things. But I ended up winning like 0.38 units, so $38. But I only bet like $110 total.
Yeah.
But
I had a couple bets on my Patreon. I won them both.
Yeah. But yeah, man, no, that sucked, dude. Left hook. That other dude usually ain't even a finisher.
Well, I know that, Saba, but it's the same way.
Yeah, here's another fucking thing too that I just watched. They say Pereira's like 30 or some shit,
31.
Right? Bro, ain't no fucking way. I've seen all these different stories. They say he was a blacksmith. He was a whole blacksmith at one time, fucking did the whole journeyman trade. Then they were talking about when he was fighting Nico that he was a dance teacher in Japan. This motherfucker came into the UFC at like 26, supposedly. Yeah, fucking right. How'd you do all this shit and you was 26 and still fighting and doing like, come on, man.
He's a Renaissance man.
Come on, man.
Saving lives.
True that. Johnny dropping the Kingpin quote. Yeah.
Love that movie.
Michael versus Fluffy is a Michelle versus Fluffy is a play. Yeah, it's style, bro. It's so good. It's so good. Pereira, that's another thing. He's fucking huge, but like Fluffy's a beast though. Like Fluffy, I mean, shit, man.
But if you're gonna give me Pereira plus 135, I think he's more dangerous.
Homeless now, Jay. Man, you had to put that on a dual 12 under. You just had to ask me. That wasn't my we cooking next picks. No,
that was just a preview.
Yeah, that's just a preview. I'm going in on that fight. I still got tape study to do. I'm gonna have an excellent breakdown for next week for all that.
I already have like a handful done, so you might have got a preview right there.
Here's a handful of bunk, man. Middleweight, Josh, the average Fremd versus Abdul Razak Alhassan. You can start this.
Yeah, weirdly confident pick of the week. It shouldn't be weirdly, but it's going to be Alhassan here. Josh Fremd is top 3 worst middleweights in the UFC right now, and the other 2 are Cody Brundage and Jamie Pickett. And we all saw Fremd barely beat Jamie Pickett, so that's where he's at. Alhassan should have beat Cody Brundage. Unfortunately, he just kept hitting him in the back of the head.
Who'd you have
Cody
in that
Brundage.
fight?
Huh? Oh, Alhassan all day.
Okay. I know a lot of people were on Brundage because I had Alhassan.
No, people were on Brundage because he's the round 1 DQ wizard. So everyone's betting Cody Brundage round 1
there. And they were like, this time they're like, nah. Bro, the
you're getting a no
gets
contest.
hit. And here's the thing.
He has that defense where he's like,
that's
nope,
what he does.
He
gets hit, and all he does is this and cover, and he covers the side,
it's
dude.
Bullshit. Trust me. I know.
And he fucking
it's stupid. Anyway,
bro, I had a big bet on Hassan. If they would have fucking
I did too.
That again, I would have lost my shit.
I would have too. But yeah, Alhassan's powerful striker. You know, his takedown defense isn't amazing, but luckily for him, like Fremd's not the greatest wrestler. But way better striking, I think, way more power on the feet. Fremd is just like, you know, I would say he's well-rounded, but everything is just okay. Like nothing great. Nothing super terrible anyways, but like he just doesn't do anything. Like I don't even know really what he's good at other than barely beating Jamie Pickett. So he lost to Trayshawn Gore. I mean, that's bad enough in itself.
Respect on Trayshawn's name. He's going to be a double champ.
He hasn't fought since that, probably.
Still going to be a double champ.
Anyways, give me Alhassan to win by knockout, probably first or second round. Like Alhassan's probably gonna just march forward and land a fucking good shot and knock him out. Like I'm that confident. Let's go. I don't care if he's 38 years old, 39. This guy's
he's not a normal. He's a cannoneer.
He's an exception. He's like a Jared Cannonier.
Yep. Yeah, man. Josh Fremd, like you said, man, he's not great anywhere. He's not gonna out wrestle Abdul. Abdul has a black belt in judo, and he's got pretty good takedown defense. But Josh Fremd, I don't know where he beats him. I mean, he's got okay striking, but like I said, like Abdul's going to be throwing power leg kicks and just crushing shots. And like, I don't even think Fremd's really going to be able to keep him off him. And I don't think he out grapples him. I like Abdul here. That's one of my favorite picks too. I like him to get it by KO. He's KO'd all 12 of his wins. Fremd's been KO'd 3 times, I believe.
Yeah,
or
I think 2 or 3 times. Let me look.
I think this would be his 3rd KO loss. So let me get Abdul. He's mean, dude. He's tough. Give me Abdul Razak Alhassan.
I mean, there's nothing to be scared about. Like Alhassan wasn't scared of Cody Brundage. He's not going to be scared of Josh Fremd. He's going to go in there. He's going to do exactly the same thing. Maybe just don't hit him in the back of the head this time. And he's going to win the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so mad about that, dude.
Oh, I was too. And you could totally see him doing it. Like, you're just, I'm like, how is he? He's trying to finish the fight, but he just keeps hitting Cody in the back of the head because he's trying to get hit in the back of the head.
And then Alhassan was still just throwing recklessly, like
yeah, and that's his fault. But
like get up, and Cody Brundage might not even have stood back up. He might just be like, I'm
yeah, he might have quit.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
That's a different story for a different time.
No, that motherfucker, he killed me.
We'll wait till he fights, and then we can say all the good stories about him.
And then they just keep giving him tough fights. The people that's going to fuck him up.
They should.
Title fight
like the UFC.
What if he beat Dricus by disqualification? Cody Brundage.
That would be wild, and I'd be all for it just because of all the craziness.
Yep. Yeah. Fremd don't got no.
He couldn't take. He can't take anybody down.
By Trayshawn Gore, and and he got choked out, but he wasn't winning no wrestling in that. And Abdul's way better than Trayshawn Gore.
I mean, he was able to take down a gassed. What's his name?
Pickett.
No, I can't think of his name. Yeah, Fremd. Let me
took
find
somebody down.
I'm trying to think. I can't even think of his name. I can see his face.
SD.
Yes,
Dumas.
Yeah. That was like his best win because he was able to take down a gassed out Dumas.
And then Dumas even snuck out the back on him. Like right before that, took his back and then got high. And that's when Fremd got him and choked him. But
that was his best win.
That was back and forth. Yeah. Abdul's definitely not getting. He
barely beat Josh Fremd, and I had a Josh Fremd bet, and I was sweating it.
Yep. Next fight, men's lightweight division. We got Grant Dawson versus Rafa Garcia. This should be a good fight. Grappler's delight, kind of. Where I mean, Grant Dawson's going to want to make it a grappler's delight.
Oh, Dawson's gonna grapple. That's what he does.
He's got okay striking, like an okay leg kick and stuff. Like it seems like it's getting a little better at ATT, but he's up there with Sabatini as far as taking shots, bro. He got hurt against Marco Madsen. Obviously, against Bobby Green, a lot of people, dude, he does not take a shot well. But what he does is he gets hurt and then he latches onto you, dude. And the motherfucker can grapple. Like he's got world-class MMA wrestling. He's got good wrestling, but he's got world-class MMA wrestling. Where we're seeing him out grapple is Magulov, Mark Madsen, Jared Gooden, or Gordon. People like that usually have really good grappling themselves. He dominates them. Even Joe Selecki in his last fight. Good wrestling, like I said, great jiu-jitsu. And when he gets you down, he keeps you down for the whole round because he's constantly working. He's constantly transitioning from guard, side control, back to guard, half mount, like all kinds of stuff, man. His grappling's fucking great. And his cardio's great, right? And he's getting better at ATT. He's still pretty young. Rafa Garcia he's a good fighter too. I mean, this is kind of a weird fight because you'd think Grant Dawson's going to be trying to fight towards the top 15, but instead he's picking a dude that's in the top 60. So that's kind of weird. But Rafa Garcia, he's got pretty good wrestling himself. I mean, he uses it to win some of his fights, like against over Machete and a couple other people like that. He's got some okay wins in the UFC. Would he beat Natan Levy, where they had a nice back and forth fight? Gets Jesse Ronson out of there. Clay Guida, which you know what I mean? Natan Levy, Jesse Ronson, Mahashate, and Clay Guida. It's not really the best name.
What was Drakkar close fight?
That was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good fight, but like Drakkar Close has better striking than Grant Dawson, but he doesn't have better grappling than Grant Dawson. So yeah, man, I got to take Papa has good boxing, but he's not all that dangerous. He packs some pop, but he's not really dropping guys or finishing them. He kind of hurt Drakkar Close for a second, but Close comes out there and throws reckless as shit and just leaves himself open. If this stays standing, Rafa Garcia is going to win. Like he's got the way better boxing. The thing is like we've seen him taken down by Drakkar Close and got controlled for a good amount of that fight. And I just think that Dawson's going to have the good enough wrestling and grappling. And then the cherry on the pie is that Rafa Garcia in 19 fights only has 1 KO. So he's not like a dangerous striker. He's a grappler himself. So I think this is mostly a grappling match, and I think that Grant Dawson wins that grappling match.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's always tough to bet Dawson just because it's probably going to be a grappler's delight. He's going to probably go to decision, and if for whatever reason it's close, you never know. But usually Dawson is gonna probably make it a clear decision at least. But Garcia's not a bum. He's well rounded. He does have decent grappling, good striking. But I just think there's levels to it. Dawson's the better grappler for sure. Maybe Garcia stuffs the initial takedowns. I'm not saying Dawson's wrestling is super amazing, but I think eventually he'll get those takedowns later in the fight in rounds 2 and 3 if he can't get it in round 1, and should win a decision. So if you want to bet Dawson, like I would just do like round 3 decision and put that in a parlay, or even by decision, because I think this fight goes to decision. Rafa is super tough. He's super durable, and I just don't see him getting finished unless Dawson can get the back, and then maybe there's a different story.
Right. Yeah, I did. Baby blood. I picked Hassan versus Joe Pyfer. I thought he was taking over in that fight. And Pyfer, because he was landing them leg kicks, and Pyfer did that last ditch after a takedown, slammed him and got him right in the arm triangle. But I stand on it. I'm still not on Pyfer. What you doing, Beauty? You ready to pick some fights?
Yeah.
You got to make some good picks this week. You picked Roundtree last week. You won against Poatan. And he
was looking good until he got knocked out.
She even walks through the house and does this bow and arrow thing. So then I showed her Poatan doing that, but she didn't know that was the same guy when I showed her the picture. I should have told her. Oh, let's see. I got to what fights do we want to do?
Hello.
Let's do. Let's do Pierce and Sabatini.
Well, all right. We'll do that and Royval and Taira.
Okay.
We got to do the main event. Let me see. Okay. Right here. Patrick Sabatini.
Which one does it say?
Forgot to. Damn it. I only got 3 bets. Told you I don't like picking the fights. Now I got to put a bet in for her.
Well, I thought it was a close fight. I was just thinking of close fights. You can do the main event.
Yeah, let's take this main event. That's bad juju on my bet. Who you liking this one? Jesus. Royval. She picks the underdog every time, and she don't even know.
Raw dog, baby.
Pick Brandon Royval. So your parlay is going to pay a lot if it hits. Dad's going to lose all his bets. But I'll put that parlay in for you when I go. Dude, I'm mad too. My casino hasn't. Tell everybody bye. So everybody put that bet in.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, girl. All right. Yeah, see you in the morning. Love you. I don't know why we picked the Pierce one. You know what one we should have did? We should have did Royval and Argueta and Haddon or something like that. All right. Dude, she hit. I hope she don't hit that. She hit freaking Moicano and what's his nuts, Duncan the other week. So I hope she don't hit that. Let's see. Dawson is going to grapple the life out of Rafa. Yeah, that's how I feel. Hey, donation from Moneyliner. What is up, man?
Let's
appreciate the dono, keeping the lights on here, man. Appreciate you coming out, hanging out, and supporting the show, dude. That's freaking awesome. I remember when Dawson outclassed Ismagulov just to get dropped by Green. Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
I do. It would be fun to see that rematch. Yeah. The casino killer arrived. McKenna versus McKenna versus Polastri. We're both on Polastri, but not very confident. Like not crazy confident.
Yeah.
Keeping receipts. Yeah. I flipped to Sabatini tonight. Thanks for the confidence, baby. Oh man, this month. Thanks for the plays. Should have did Park Tavares. Yeah. Close fight on paper. Yeah. So yeah, we both got Dawson, but man, he's like Sabatini in a way. You better hope that jaw holds up because he literally can take a bink. He got KO'd.
That was wild, dude.
I've seen him get hurt a lot though in fights. But Hoffa being not crazy dangerous helps all that out. Let's see. Next fight, Brad Tavares versus Jung Young Park. Who started the last one?
I think you did.
Okay,
I think. Yeah. So this fight was supposed to happen like 2 or 3 months ago. I think Park had to withdraw for whatever reason last second, because I know he weighed in, he looked fine, and then all of a sudden he withdrew. So back then I picked Tavares to win, so I'm also picking Tavares to win here. Park's a basic. He's well rounded, but he's more so, I think, a grappler. He wants to get this fight to the mat, but he does have good boxing, good jab. He is pretty durable, but Tavares, like, amazing takedown defense, and so I think this fight will play out on the feet. Tavares's like bugaboo is he fights these powerful strikers and he gets KO'd eventually. But luckily for him, Park isn't one of those guys. Like, he's just a volume guy, good jab, and he's going to try to grapple and wrestle you. So Tavares, I think, can keep this fight on the feet. I think Tavares can win a striking fight, and it's going to be very close, though. It's not going to be like, 30-27 or anything, which is why I love Tavares plus 3.5 spread. But give me Tavares to win. I think he wins a decision, and it's going to be 29-28 or maybe even by split. But I think this is a good fight for Tavares. He's not fighting a powerful striker that's going to be able to knock him out and land some really good shots. Now, Park could do a little bit of work, but I don't think it's going to be like those power shots where Tavares is going to eat him. And, Tavares can take like 3 or 4 good shots from like DDP and Bruno Silva, but he should be able to take all the shots from Park on the feet. So give me Tavares to win by decision.
Yeah. I like Park here. Tavares, decent boxing and a pretty good calf kick, like you've seen against Chris Weidman. Thing is, though, he's not dangerous. He's got one finish since 2012, and that was over Chris Jocko like 5 years ago. But he does have good boxing with some pop, and then, like I said, a good leg kick. But he's got the world-class takedown defense. He's got some of the best takedown defense like that you're going to find in MMA. So this fight ain't going to the ground, but he can be held up against the cage and cage controlled a lot. But like I said, from there, getting taken down, it's not really happening. The thing with him is he slows down over fights, man. He slows down. Even against Chris Weidman, like, he slowed down. But usually from damage and just whatever, he slows down after the first round. Like, he's got sharp boxing, even against like DDP and all them people. Sharp boxing a little bit in the first round, and then after that, slow down and get pushed back. Jun Young Park, I mean, he's not great everywhere, but he's great anywhere, but he's a good fighter. Like, he's got really good forward pressure. He uses his jab really well. He's got a really, really good calf kick. And he just, like, he eats your damage. Like, even against like Duriev and them, like, he's constantly coming forward, feinting, throwing a jab, and then like he'll get hit, he'll take some shots, but as he's doing this, he's wearing on guys. Like, that Duriev was landing good shots in the first round, but you can see he was throwing out power where freaking Park's just backing him up, hitting him with a crisp jab, broke his nose real like early in the first round. So I just think that Park's going to throw way more volume. And then I think even if it's close, like say Tavares wins the first round and Park wins the second, I think Park can win the third round just based off volume, cardio, and just forward pressure. So give me Park, but it's going to be a close fight, like you said. So it's hard to actually bet him, Red said close fight on paper. Yeah, we should have did that. Park has good power. He's got decent power. I mean, he's been finishing lower level guys more on the ground, but he's a junkyard dog. Derek said, I was originally on Park, but after seeing how aggressive Tavares was against RoboCop, I reversed and bet on Tavares. He took so much damage in that fight too, dude. He was, but RoboCop was super aggressive too. But Cody, I saw that post about your unit record this year. You will be back in 2025. Sometimes taking 3 steps back, is the way to go forward. 2024 has been fucking tough for almost everybody.
Yeah. For me too.
But it sucked, dude. Like, I lost 26 units. I took that 2 months off, and I don't know if, I just come back and wasn't used to betting or whatever, but I lost the first 4 weeks in a row of just stupid. I'm making like Bulgarian by KO, round 1, like different stupid bets, dude. And the last 3 weeks I've been killing it. So, but yeah, man, it's been, and then the judges, bro, the fucking judge, it don't never go my way.
You can't, you could do 9 hours of tape study and these judges are going to ruin it in like 15 minutes. I've been saying this recently. Not only do you got to pick the right fighter to win the fight, which is already fucking hard enough, right? Because it's a fist fight.
Then you got to go against the refs. You got to go against the judges. You got to go against the bookies because like my
and the UFC wanting some fighters to win or not.
Because like my like Caesars won't release a bunch of lines. Like in a couple of fights, like the one a Chinese girl that knocked out Leonardo a couple weeks, like they wouldn't put out her by KO. They would like they do a bunch of stuff where they won't release the lines or they'll release them. Like yesterday for the Contender Series on Caesars, they're over or under 2.5 in a Dulatov fight was -425, but on DraftKings it was -310. Like how the fuck? And then they didn't even release it till way late. So, but it's fucking tough. Yeah, SK, you ain't lying. Saba said I talked about it with Johnny. Sometimes tape studies. Yeah. Or you got your fighters that there could be anything. They're coming in with injuries. They're coming in with whatever, dude, and just shit going on at home, not training, whatever. And there's just it's hard. It's hard to pick this sport, especially this year. But I blame the judges a lot, dude.
Judges are crazy.
Suck. Don't get me started. No, but still, it is what it is, man. But that's good. It's good to go through some shit sometimes because then you realize who is really there to talk MMA with you and do this and that, and then you realize who's there just to try to prove they're smarter than you and want to try to shit on you as soon as you're like motherfuckers would talk shit to me like, oh, I'm up fucking 70 units. I'm up a lifetime in 3 years. I'm up 70 units. Like I'm a fucking big winner in the game because most people ain't up units after 3 years. Like there's like 1%. But I feel like a fucking loser. That's what sucks about because you're not based off what you know. You're just based off how good you've done in the last couple months. You know what I mean? You could be nothing and then go on a 2-month run of craziness and all of a sudden you're the best. But you got some good judges, decision, this and that. But keep at it. We'll keep at it. And everybody be back strong. Hey, Bunny Hunter in the building. What up, Bunny Hunter, man? Appreciate you coming out as always, dude. Bunny Hunter's got the new wife, baby on the way. So shout out to him. Hey, we went through this card quick. We're already at the main event.
Well, we got one fight left before the main event.
Did I skip one?
Rodriguez and Morono.
Damn, I did skip that.
That's the only one I think we.
Yeah, I don't know how that's left. That. Rodriguez and Morono. You can start this one.
Well, you have like crazy order, so I didn't know if you were. I don't like this fight. I really don't. I don't like both guys. I think they're both on the decline. I think this is a perfect fight for both of them, but I just like picking and betting wise, like I don't like it. Rodriguez is a good boxer. He's got okay power. He can slow down in some fights. We've seen it happen a couple times. He's injured a lot. Not injured in fights, but he just gets injured a lot. What is he? 37 years old right now. Yeah, 37, which is crazy. He didn't look all that great against Kevin Gastelum, but he did look decent. I'm not saying he looked okay in the Neil Magny fight until he gassed out in the third. He wasn't going to win against Ian Gary. Let's put it that way. And then you have Morono, who's a journeyman. We just kind of talked about him earlier. He's fighting to fight. I don't think he just likes to fight and he doesn't really care who he's fighting. He don't get it wrong. Like he's not like Kevin Holland. He doesn't care about winning. I think he does. But he's just a journeyman guy where he's just good everywhere. He has his flaws, like he's not going to be the more technical striker, but he does have good jiu-jitsu. He does have decent wrestling. Rodriguez is probably going to keep it on the feet because he's a really good boxer. But he can slow down in some fights too. So I just think this is a 50-50 fight, to be honest, and I'm just going to go with the dog. I'm going to go with Morono. I'm not confident. But I just, it's more of like a little fade on D-Rod because I don't know, man. He's 37 years old. I feel like his body is just taking way too much right now. He's getting injured like out of fights, right after fights or during fights. But he, whatever. We find out he has an injury after a fight. So who knows what's going to happen with him coming in here. But I can see him winning this fight. I mean, there's a clear path to him. Just keep it on the feet, stay technical, don't do anything stupid. But Morono, he does push a good pace that can wear on D-Rod, but is he going to be able to do it for 3 rounds? We don't know. So that's the thing. This is just a whole bunch of little red flags here and there. I'll just go with the dog. I'm not going to bet it. I do like the over 1.5 though, and like a super safe parlay, but maybe you can even do Morono plus 3.5 spread. I think he can win 1 round, but I don't think D-Rod's going to go out there and win 30-27. So both these guys, like, they're not really dangerous either. So it's going to go to decision. So I'll just say Morono by decision. It's going to be close, I think.
Yeah, this is another Tim Means, fucking Court McGee type fight.
It is.
Of two older dudes.
I went with the dog last time, so I'm just going to go with the dog again.
Yeah. The difference, like, I think Rodriguez looked pretty good against Calvin Gastelum last fight until, like, Gastelum started kind of taking over towards the end of the second. But, I mean, Gastelum's better now. It's Morono by a fucking for sure. Long shot. Yeah. Morono, man, you know, he's looked terrible against Court McGee. He looked terrible 4 months ago against fucking Nico Price. He's slowing down in his fights. Like, by the second round, he's, like, slowing down and not looking all that good. He's not going to take this fight to the ground. Rodriguez has good takedown defense, and Morono doesn't shoot takedowns. Even though he's like a 4th degree black belt, he doesn't shoot. He'll pull Gilly. You've seen against like Court McGee and people got Tim Means with it, but like he's not going to shoot a takedown and get it down. So this is going to be a standing match fight where I just favor Rodriguez's volume and boxing at this point to beat Morono, because usually Morono has pretty good boxing and like a leg kick and really good movement, but like he hasn't looked good recently at all. So I'm gonna take Rodriguez. I'm gonna say that he's able to just box him up. You know, he throws a lot of volume. He can throw out like 100 to 150 strikes in a fight, and a couple inches taller, a couple inches of reach, and this is gonna stay standing. Yeah, and just to bet on Morono. That's like, man, people was paying chalk for Kevin Holland last week. Ain't no way,
boy. You can't bet Kevin Holland.
Ain't no way, boy. You can't even bet Kevin Holland.
I mean, if you want to do it as a dog, sure.
Right.
But no, you don't bet Kevin Holland.
Even without the rib thing, he was going to get fucked up that whole fight. Like,
wasn't looking good, I'll tell you that. That's why I just bet the over, and it still screwed me.
Oh, would you have the over 2.5 or 1.5?
Over 1.5. Like in a super safe parlay. I was just like, man, of course he's going to get injured. That's a Kevin Holland thing to do.
I seen it. I had Delete say that's why I won money. Like in my DraftKings that I had won money on, the one lineup was Delete say. Then I had Ihor Potieria as the huge underdog. I thought he had a chance to win, but then I knew he could also, like, I thought he was going to grapple some like he did, and that could get some points. And he got me like 41 points at 6,800, which is damn near like Keisha Pennington only got like 80 or 66 points in a win. You know what I mean? So he almost had a winning points in a loss, but and then Delete got me a ton of points. But
no, if you're gonna do DraftKings, like you should never pick a fighter who's literally a striker that doesn't get knockdowns. At least, like, you're not gonna get any points.
Yeah, Gastelum did. They were supposed to fight at 170, and he had like told him a couple days before in Dubai.
I remember that
they got to fight at 185, and that's you get like a herpes flare up or something. He said, "I'm hoping for
it can happen."
More. Remember, he used to always have shit all over his Gastelum.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for one more glory night from the Royval.
That's the thing. He's so up and down. He can come out and look good, and he can come out and just look shitty. But same thing with D-Rod. He can come out and look good, and he can come out and look shitty. Like, this is just a fight where it's just like throw it up in the air, and then whatever happens, happens.
The only legit Ukrainian fighter, Yaroslav Amosov.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, we've seen him fight in Bellator when he got knocked out by Jeremy Jackson. Jason Jackson.
That's the one that we saw, the one loss.
Yep. I think he's fighting somebody. Who's he fighting? He's fighting somebody I just seen coming up, and it's somebody pretty tough.
I don't know.
I don't think it's Jason Jackson again, but it's somebody tough.
No, I don't think he'd get the rematch.
Jason Jackson just got beat.
Did he?
Yeah, he got beat by some fucking tough ass Russian in Ireland or some shit. I know. I didn't even know about the fucking fight either. It's like 2 months ago.
What?
Swear to God, go look. Yeah,
I
didn't even. It happened in Ireland, and I've never seen nothing about it. So you could probably just go to welterweight rankings.
Weird.
Jason Jackson will be there somewhere.
Was it in a? No, it wasn't that fight.
They got Yaroslav ranked in front of Jason Jackson somehow too. Let me find this mofo right here. He thought, he lost a decision in June 22nd to Ramazan Kuramagomedov.
When did we?
Which that dude's a fucking beast. But like, did anybody hear about that? Like, I didn't know that too.
I didn't even know that happened. I don't even remember this card. I didn't watch it.
No, I don't think anybody did. I looked that up because I was like wanting to know who Jason Jackson was fighting next, and then I'm like,
I didn't watch it. Interesting.
Let's see. I'm gonna see something really quick.
Yeah, I didn't know he lost.
Yeah, I thought he had a fight scheduled, but he doesn't. He hasn't fought in almost a year now. He got fucked up in that fight, though. You can't fight. Yeah, not especially when they got extra names on it, too. Magomedov.
Magomedov.
Exactly.
There ain't no way you fade that guy.
Unless their name's Magomedov.
Yeah, you don't fade him. That's double don't fade.
Them dudes are all right. Main event. Main fucking event. Brandon Royval versus Taira. I'm going to let you start this, Johnny. I know you got some heat.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very fun fight. And I love me some Taira, but he is going up against Brandon Royval, who's very good. Like, he's super dangerous. I think he's got good submissions. He's got good grappling. He's got good scramble. He never accepts being on his back. Always works up. He's got great cardio. He can be caught every now and then and get knocked down, but he gets up again. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very tough fight for Taira. And Taira is also a very good grappler, good striking, very patient on the feet. We have seen him in some interesting situations again in like Chara's fight. He got clipped, he got dropped, but he got back up, he survived. But he's usually durable. He does have good cardio, but this will be his first 5-round fight in the UFC anyways. I don't know if it's in the regional Sierra at 5 rounds, but Royval's been 5 rounds before. I think this fight goes to decision. I'm going to say it now. I know both guys are super dangerous, but I think that's what's going to happen. But I'm just going to go with Royval. I think he gets it done. I think he can win the later rounds. Maybe sneak rounds 1, 2, or 3, one of those 3 rounds, and maybe win a very close 40-47 decision. Now, this is gonna be fun. I'm rooting for Taira. Don't get me wrong.
Like it doesn't.
I am,
sound like it.
But my pick is gonna be Royval. I think this is just it's a big step up. I said it again. I said it to when he fought Alex Perez. Even in that fight, he didn't look terrible. But Perez looked decent, and then he got his bat taken, and the knee thing happened, and that's just a Perez thing.
That was about to be the beginning of the end for him, anyways.
True, but that's just a Perez thing that happens. He that guy has like the worst luck of all time too. But I don't think that's going to happen with Royval. I think Royval is way better than Alex Perez. So I'm just gonna go, and the odds are just so insane. Not to say it's swaying.
They're getting insane as fuck.
It's plus 225.
Yeah, they're getting insane.
And I thought it's plus 230 right now. I thought it was insane at plus 170, 180.
Are you picking winners or are you picking value?
No, I am picking a winner, and I'm picking Royval. I do think it's gonna be close, and I don't see a finish from either guy though. But I think maybe Royval just can get it done. I don't know. I don't know. If Tatsuro passes this test, I think I'm just gonna be 100% on board with him, and I'm probably gonna have to pick him over Pantoja.
Listen,
I said it now.
Tatsuro to me is one of these fucking phenom kids that you don't pick against till you see him lose. You know what I'm saying?
This could be it though.
So Brandon Royval, what if I told you he doesn't really, his only good win in the UFC is Kai Fremd? He didn't beat Brandon Moreno.
Well, that's a better win than Taira.
I mean, Kai is looking better now, but the Alex Perez win's good, but all I'm saying is I thought he lost to Moreno. I had a bet on him. I thought he lost to Rogerio Bontoran when he won that split, and he just got out grappled the whole fucking time. Against Pantoja. For some reason, Moreno barely tried to grapple him and only was throwing a left hook and a straight right the whole fucking fight. And then he retires, takes time away from the sport shortly after that. But Royval's a big dude, but that's the thing. He's not even going to be that much bigger than Taira here. Taira is a big dude too. I mean, it says he's going to be 2 inches taller, but I would say it's going to be like an inch because Taira says he's 5'7", but he's always way bigger than everybody he's fighting.
Yeah, because he's that weight class is just midgets. Brandon Royval is pretty tough, pretty tall.
That's what I'm saying, but he's used to being way bigger than his opponents, like Mateus Nicolau, Bontoran, Pantoja. Yeah, they're all 5'6". But this fight, Tatsuro is going to be the same size as him. So I'm not Brandon or Royval's elite, dude. He's good everywhere. He's got really good striking, good knees, really good kicks. He's throwing kicks with both legs to the body, to the head. Pretty good punches too, with some decent pop. Reckless as shit. Gets hurt all the time. Got hurt by Matt Schnell. Got hurt by Kai Fremd. Got hurt by a lot of people. got that ass whooped by Brandon Moreno and got hurt in the first one. Got his ass whooped by Pantoja in the first one. Got that ass whooped by Pantoja in the second one.
Those are all top guys.
But okay, so he's, like I said, good striking, suspect takedown defense. He does have decent grappling on the ground, but like, dude, Taira, his striking, that's what I wanted to go back and look. Like, is his striking going to be good enough if for some reason he can't get a lot of grappling going? Bro, his kickboxing's fucking great, and he's very technical, and he's very safe, right? And he throws heat too. And then, like, so the striking isn't going to be that much different. I'm going to favor Royval just because his unpredictiveness and stuff. But then, like, the grappling is going to be the difference, dude. And, like, Taira ain't just, like, an okay grappler. Bro, he's fucking dominant. When he gets guys to the ground, he's holding them down. He's controlling them. He's beating them up, and he's looking for subs. And he's subbing and finishing a lot of the people he's fighting. Even, not to say CJ Vergara is good, but he's hard to finish. And Taira fucked him up and just finished him. I think that this, like I said, this fight will be good. Taira, like, shows good cardio. Good, like even against Charez, he took some big shots against Charez, survived all that, even survived a submission attempt. I just think that, dude, this kid at 16-0, like, I'm not going against him until I see somebody that can really beat him. And like, if I didn't see and think that he had a pretty decent fucking grappling advantage over Royval. I've seen Royval. We've all seen Royval get out grappled a bunch. Like you said, it looked okay against Moreno, but there was like something wrong with Moreno or something in that fight because he barely tried to grapple. And like he like I said, he was just throwing like the same straight right, left hook and all that. So I'm going with Taira here, man. But I mean, I'm not going to have no bets on him, especially at minus 300. Like, that's fucking crazy. But
yeah, it's,
yeah. If
1/3. I don't know. Before the fights, if he's like plus 250 or that's insane to me.
It really is not. And I'm picking Taira, but the line should be like Taira, like minus 180, 16-0, undefeated, well-rounded everywhere, great cardio. Like we've seen Royval get out grappled, but like minus 300 to me is fucking crazy. What if he's like minus 450 by the time the fight starts? You gotta kind of go Royval, right? You know what I mean? That's it. It is. It's getting crazy. I don't know where all the money comes in to make, especially in a fist fight these days.
Listen, like, I know he's undefeated. I know he's good. I'm not debating any of that. But this is like, he's not like Royval's no bum.
No,
whatsoever.
No. But you can.
Is he a little bit more wild and crazy? Yeah, but that's the best thing about him. Like, he's unpredictable, so you never know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know. I just don't see a finish in this fight, and I think this fight can be very close. Like, when Taira's he's looking good early, you know, getting those subs, but then he's not subbing guys like Carlos Candelario. He's not subbing guys like Edgar Charez. He's not subbing guys like that. But, you know, that's a little worrisome. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to sub Royval. And if he does, I mean, good on him, but I got to see it. If he's not subbing Charez, and he's not subbing.
So how do you see Royval win? How do you see him winning?
Just I think it's going to be by decision.
Striking.
He's going to have to strike and land some good shots, and like, you know, maybe he does get some effective grappling going, but he would have to be the one. Like,
Royval gets the grappling going.
He could. I think he can
over Taira.
Yeah, he can. He doesn't have terrible grappling. I think he's going to have more advantage on the feet, obviously, and Taira is going to have more advantage on the mat. But I'm not saying like Royval can't grapple with Taira. I think he can, but I don't think he wants to because he's gonna have I think he's gonna have more advantage on the feet.
True.
Like, Taira's striking is good, but sometimes he can get a little stiff and like he's like his reaction time is a little slow and he can get rocked. He tries. I don't know if he's thinking too much, but he's very patient, which I do like. But sometimes that against some guy who's aggressive, that's unpredictable, can get you knocked out or rocked or something like that. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a fun fight.
Yeah, he's going to go through some tough spots in this fight. Ain't no way you're going 5 rounds with Royval.
And another thing too, this is 5 rounds. So if this gets out of the 3rd round, like, I'm not saying Taira's going to gas, but he could slow down. And maybe Brandon Royval does not slow down. Not even for 5 rounds. He didn't slow down in the Pantoja fight. Pantoja was just panic shooting and he got the takedowns. Like, I that's maybe Taira does that too. I don't know.
Right. I'm rooting for Taira.
I am too.
See this kid. I think this kid's special. There's not that many people
even if he
in
loses,
the UFC that's like like this kid. Like he's a what, 24?
Yeah, even if he
23?
loses though, like he's still gonna be in the top 5, and he's gonna have
24.
And that's only gonna be experience, and he's gonna be a champion.
And he's been doing it right. He's 5-0 in the UFC. He's been in the UFC for 2.5 years. So he came in at 21.5. And he's
gonna be a champion.
Yep. One shout out 138 MMA in the chat said, man, already the main event. Yeah, we got through it today, and we even started like 7 minutes late. But shout out 138 MMA Tyler. Everybody check out his YouTube channel. He always puts out excellent videos and bets. And
yes, sir.
On his Twitter, man, got a great Twitter account with good information and stuff like that. So everybody check out 138 MMA. Great dude, knows his stuff. SK, it's a big jump for Taira. I mean,
I think so.
Alex Perez ain't. I mean, him and Royval would be a good fight. Perez ain't bad. I mean,
yeah, but Royval would win.
Maybe.
What would the line be on that? Royval like minus 250
on against Perez.
Perez, yeah.
I don't know. Your boy gets dropped a lot. Royval gets reckless and dropped. He has suspect grappling,
but he's got good recoverability.
Taira is a big deal. I'm already on board. Yeah, that's how I feel. You said I'm on that. I like Taira. I just realized that Royval went 25 minutes with a piece with Morono and Pantoja. Yeah, so I mean, he had his moments.
He doesn't slow down at all. Yeah. Like he was just as had the energy in round 1 and round 5. Like he doesn't fade at all. Yep. Pantoja fades, Morono fades. I don't know about Taira.
Is gonna fade. I don't think he's gonna. But you know,
Cody and Johnny, he just fades a little bit.
What up, Dion W? Said Cody and Johnny K teaming up like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Let's go. Champs here. Champs, appreciate you coming out.
I guess I'll be Roman since your name's Cody.
Yeah. Yep. Which one's better? Cody, right?
I don't watch wrestling.
I haven't watched.
I don't know.
No Dusty Rhodes though. Pimping.
That's right.
Pimping back in the day. Except what Dustin Rhodes. Go Dust. Sheesh. Derek Izzy with the $10 dono. Let's go. He said this segment is brought to you by Derek Izzy Show. Go subscribe. Derek Izzy 9464 on YouTube. You see right there. Bad luck, Chuck. Derek's got one of the best algorithms in the game. He's going to be on the show on Saturday breaking down fights with my other dude, Chef Mikey. So it's going to be our dude, Chef. It's going to be freaking great. So, yeah, man, appreciate that. This is brought to you by Derek Izzy. And like you said, man, go check him out because his algorithm is hitting at like over 60%. And it's telling you this week his algorithm's predicting almost every fight to finish. Like in the last like 6-7 fights, that's predicting crazy. Like 6 of them to finish. So shout out Derek, man. Appreciate the dono, dude. I can see Taira winning this one. I had Alex Perez in that fight though. Yeah. I mean, and it was a decent fight to happen, but that was right when
predict an injury.
Yeah, when Taira finally tried to grapple him, he just took his back quick, dude, and just all that pressure from him taking the back, standing and dragging him down, just fucked his leg up. But do y'all think the Factory X stuff will be a problem for Royval? Didn't a bunch of them like leave? Like a lot of people from the gym leave, and they went with like Pat Barry or something like that.
I heard something like that.
Yeah, something happened. Royval's it's terrible. And then Taira's got control too, really good control.
Royval's got good scrambles though, man.
So you bet Royval, right? If you pick him, you got to bet him at plus 225. You think he can win? If you think it, okay, this motherfucker. I think Perez.
Like I said, I thought the line was already crazy at plus 180.
It is. I mean, it is crazy now.
It's getting crazier.
I was literally freaking shocked when I looked at it. I think like yesterday, and it was like he was like minus 290. I'm like, because 250. I see that at 250. I'm like, damn, that's high. And then now, like, that's high because it's going to be a good fight. Like, he ain't dominating all 5 rounds. That's for sure. So, DG said I think Perez has better boxing than Royval. Brandon has more output. Cardio not going to be a problem for Royval, but this is the biggest chance for Tatsuro, so I don't think he's going to gas. Yep, with you on that. I'm expecting to hear. I'm happy. Thank you.
Happy. Thank you.
Yeah, so damn loud. His voice, dude. That shit's hilarious. You would see him at the bar and talk shit, and he just fucking wrap you up. Like he's facing the #1 of the flyweight ranking. Dude must be extremely focused. Yep. Hey, DIW with the dono. He said, I'll change it to Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect. Like
there we go.
I guess you're Bret Hart because you got the dark hair. Like
yeah. Perfect. I like it.
I'm more like a Stone Cold without the drinking. Because when I drink, I get sick as shit the next day. Terrible. I'm bad at it. Dude, this show was freaking fun. First off, want to shout out all the people that gave the donos. Dion, Lights Kept On by Dion W, Derek, Izzy, and Money Liner Man. Thank you guys for freaking the donos. And then just thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with us tonight, commenting, giving us your picks, messing with Johnny.
We gotta do our show bet.
Dude, I'm so pissed. Yeah, our first step of the fucking ladder. You want to do another ladder challenge or no?
Yeah,
dude,
we got robbed.
We had Pennington and Pereira by
KO. Yeah.
Yeah, and they robbed us on the Pennington one. So like I was mad about that too. We like Abdul Razak.
Alhassan, yep.
Yeah, and then
this is where we're gonna get a little interesting.
I mean, we could probably do Grant Dawson with him and get plus money, right? You like Grant Dawson, or is that a little
minus 104 at the moment?
I like Daniel Rodriguez.
Do you like?
Man,
yeah,
ain't much.
I'm looking at the overs.
My buddy Michael in my Patreon put a over under today of the Taira over 1.5 and Nico Price like over 1.5, and that came out to like the minus 120 or something nice like that. Saba always here supporting, dude. No
over 1.5 in the Royval fight is minus 103.
I like that. We don't have to get to that plus money because that could cost you a loss, but I think that goes over 1.5 way more times than not.
What about Tavares and Park?
That goes over too. There ain't no way that fight's finishing.
Fight starts round 3.
Ryan says, great show, fellas. Y'all the real ones. Abdul Dawson is my safest money line parlay. Hey, I don't mind that at all. I had Dawson Tafa, which I like the most, and then fucking Tafa or fucking Barnett.
You had to post it, didn't
Appreciate you? That, Ryan. We got 268 people here live right now. If everybody could hit that 269 now, if everybody could hit that like button. Drop a comment on the actual video if you can. That would help the algorithm, because bro, this shit's starting to suck, man.
Yep.
Like I took so long off that my thing's not in the algorithm no more. And
I mean, YouTube's crazy with their stuff.
Makes it not fun making videos. That's what I'm saying, bro. People always be talking shit, and they don't understand that you don't make money on YouTube. Like, bro, like
make like $4.25 a video, if that.
Yeah. Like you don't make money, and then, dude, YouTube is the mafia, bro. When you get like,
it used to be fun, like for money wise, personally, but
right, we used to get, but
what do you think about like fight to start round 3 and like the Tavares fight?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That'll be plus 111. Do you think fight starts round 3 in the Dawson fight?
Yeah. Why are you
a little bit better than Dawson money line?
I like the other one. I like the Tavares Park one better.
Okay.
Because
I'm just looking at some prices here.
Right. If Taira beats Royval, man, Panto, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Let's do that. Let's do Alhassan and fight starts round 3 in the Tavares fight.
Yeah, I like that. Dawson and Abdul are lock. I'm with you on that, Tenacious. Respect to you fellas for doing these shows. No problem. Dude, listen, like we said, we don't make nothing for doing these shows. We literally come on here every Friday, dude, or Wednesday to talk with everybody and have a great time. This is my favorite part of doing the thing, other than like watching the fights when your bet's on it. But like other than that is talking. This is why we got into it. This is the reason we started this show. And some people be like, man, hurry up, go through the fights and this and that. But like, we already did that. If you just want the fights,
if you want the fights, watch our videos.
Yeah, and you won't get you're gonna get the info. But come here, you're still gonna get the info, best bet, and then we're just gonna talk. If you take the time to come here and comment, we're gonna take the time to put it up and talk to you and stuff. So shout out Dirty Red's been here since the beginning, big part of the community.
Yes, sir.
You know,
there it is.
I like it. Right there it is. Plus 111.
The ladder bet of the week. We should have been a step 2, but the judges said no.
I know, bro. We'd already be going from.
I almost want to put $50 on this and just,
isn't it, dude?
Say that we're in step 2 because I feel like we got robbed.
And then there's nothing you do. We just go to the next week. More robberies will happen, and we just keep moving because it may be. It's just weird.
Yep.
It's weird.
We got it. We'll do that.
Let's see. Shadow said, yeah, like Dawson and Abdul. Yeah. The best show supporting it for nearly 3 years. Yep.
Yes,
Saba's
sir.
been here since the beginning. Saba's our dude over there in Belgium. Like, I want to go visit there, dude. Looks freaking fun. It's like old school, old stuff. I even where I live, you go look and there's stuff from like the 1800s and stuff. And that's cool. And his shit looks like it's from the 1400s and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Saba's the man, dude. I like Abdul and D-Rod. I do too, DG. Bunny Hunter with the $5 dono. So have you guys tried X or Rumble? And maybe a bit more creative during the show might help the algorithm. Yeah, I mean, it goes to X. We stream this to X. That's where we get a lot of the views. Like right now, we got 243 people on X watching. But I know there's like a lot of live shows on Wednesday too. But it's mostly just people talking, bro. They ain't going over the chat and talking every chat unless you do a dono, which we fucking love the donations and all that. It's the best. But we're gonna let everybody talk. Try to be here whenever I can. 3 a.m. Still chatting fights. Let's go, Tenacious. I mean, where's Tenacious? Where you at in not Australia then? Because it'd be like 9 in the morning. We're like England then, somewhere in there. But dude, that's the funnest thing too about doing this and doing this show is being able to talk to people from all over the world about fights. Like that shit to me is cool as shit. That's the best thing about the internet.
Yep.
So yeah, dude. Shout out to everybody that came out. Saba, Tenacious Bling, Bunny Hunter, DG, Shadows, freaking Ryan Jordan. We have 138 MMA. Daz Files in the building. What up, Daz Files? So thank you guys. Be on the lookout. Dion W, dude. Appreciate you and the dono and all the comments. Remdog, Bunny Hunter, Dirty Reg is in the building. Everybody that always hangs out, Moneyliner. And there's SK, Remdog, there's JJ Evans. There's Baby Sharp was in the building. There's a lot of people that come here that are smart too in the chat. And you see it too, man. We keep a great chat. Not even really too many people in here just fucking being trolls or nothing like that. It's some grown-ups that have good conversations about stuff, man. So Dirty Reg, like I said, everybody, dude, Paul, Moneyliner, I already said, but everybody, man, we appreciate you guys. Scotty Law, Derek Izzy, everybody, man. We appreciate you guys coming out so much. We'll be doing our live show Saturday before the fight, so check that out. We got
2 hours
Izzy,
before.
Yeah, Bad Luck Chuck, and Chef Mikey in the building. It's going to be a great show. So we'll see you guys all soon, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us again, man. See you guys.
Take care. Let's go.